Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy, episode 413 for the week of August 6, 2019. My name's Ryan Higgins, who's here with me this week.
Brock Sager.
Scott Shea.
Toby. What's going on? This is going to be a movie and TV conspiracy episode. It's all movie and TV talk. Sorry, comic people. We'll have a lot more comic stuff to talk about next week. And when I say comic or when I say movie and TV, of course I mean comic book movie and TV.
I just haven't read the new House of X.
Contrary to what Toby wants, this is not the Hobbs and Shaw podcast.
Whoa. I've been looking forward to Hobbs and Shaw for months now.
That's what the roundup's for.
The most funnest superhero movie of the summer.
I'll give Toby a little bit of time to talk. But there has been a crazy amount of movie and TV releases for comics, trailers, news of upcoming stuff. So I figured this is a great episode to... Well, yeah, just recently, there's been a lot. There's been a bunch of shows ended.
There's only one trailer.
Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. We have a lot of questions.
But that's a lot.
We have to get through this.
Because it's DC.
Recently, there has been more news than I would say normal within the last handful of weeks between the MCU, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Titans trailer, The Boys, the ending of
Swamp Thing. All the stuff that we already talked about.
But I'm saying...
Except for this new trailer.
There is quite a bit that we have discussed, and we'll be discussing some more of it today.
Okay.
And I'm sure Toby will talk about Hobbs and Shaw for a second.
The best summer movie ever.
Yeah,
don't spoil it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's very light on actual comic book news the last couple of weeks. Post-Comic-Con, there's just nothing really going on. But I think we'll get some more stuff in the next few weeks. But it's always good to check in with some movies and TVs shows and see what they're doing. The big one, though, the last couple of weeks, we didn't really talk about this much at post-Comic-Con because I was kind of waiting to see what else they were going to announce. We can kind of do it all at once, and they have. Crisis on Infinite Earths. CW crossover.
Yep.
We got the dates. I didn't pull up the dates. It's like the end of December, beginning of January.
They made us think it was going to be early in this season.
Wait.
But
It's in December?
Yeah.
I thought all the shows are coming back in December.
No, they're coming back in October. So Supergirl is Sunday, December 8th. That's part 1. Batwoman is Monday, December 9th.
Oh, okay. Those are the dates I saw.
Yeah, that's part 2.
That's for Crisis.
Yep, Flash is Tuesday, December 10th, part 3. And then there is a break. Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow are parts 4 and 5. That's January 14th, back-to-back at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
They're breaking it in the middle.
Yep, they're breaking it at the end of Flash. And, of course, Crisis fans know Flash doesn't have, the best track record of surviving crises and ending on a cliffhanger before the break with a Flash episode. You're like, ooh. But
goodbye, Grant Gustin.
I would think it's unlikely. I know the CW guys have said.
Think?
Well, CW guys said they're doing all these press junkets, and they said not only are we not ending anything else, we want to do even more shows than Batwoman. Yeah. So we could have like a 5th or 6th show come in after Arrow ends, Batwoman begins. But there's been even more news about this stuff.
And who's writing it?
Who's writing?
Crisis.
Ooh, pardon me.
Question.
Well, Marv Wolfman,
yes,
the writer of Crisis on Infinite Earths, is going to be co-writing the Arrow episode, and I'm going to assume, because that's the first part of the return. And Legends of Tomorrow makes sense for Legends to be like, the wrap-up, right? Because it's like the big team-up show, right? So I'm...
Wait, you're missing something.
What's that?
Black Lightning.
Well, I'm getting to it.
All right, man, hurry up, man. You're kind of slow today.
Marv Wolfman is going to be writing one of the episodes. We have all sorts of confirmation of other people that are going to be on the show. The cast of Black Lightning is going to be on Crisis.
So just the cast is on there, not a full episode.
No, it's not an episode, but
they're going to show up.
But the cast, I don't know that they've said exactly who, but it seems like the main cast are all going to show up on Crisis, on these Crisis episodes. But there's not going to be an episode of Black Lightning that ties in.
Cool.
We know that there's rumors of a few people, but they're saying it's not happening, like the guys from Smallville and Tom Welling. And
wait, I thought Lex Luthor has been announced.
I mean, he says no.
Okay.
Yeah, the most recent
thing was... Is he trying to surprise people?
Possibly, right? I mean, I think they may just want to...
There's no surprise in Hollywood anymore for the internet trolls.
Well, everyone thinks Smallville, and everyone thinks Linda Carter, because she's been on Supergirl, right? So it makes sense if Linda Carter was in it. The big one, though, we're getting our Batman, Kevin Conroy.
Oh, yeah.
live action Batman on Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, yeah.
Is he in shape enough to play Batman? What does he look like?
He's doing older.
I mean, yeah, he'll be
Batman Beyond Batman.
Batman Beyond.
or he could be, Batman from Flash's world, right? The 90s Flash world. Older, just because Wesley Shipp is probably roughly the same age as Kevin Conroy, I would think.
Oh, sure.
So that could be the Batman from his world, right? I don't know. They haven't said.
That was the coolest thing on the last crossover scene. Wesley.
Yeah. So good.
I didn't watch any of it.
Dude, 90s Flash back in current.
Even with the old costume and everything.
Didn't watch any of it.
Oh, it was great.
What? You didn't watch the 90s one either?
Well, no, I watched that one back in the day. It was super cheesy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I love it, though.
Yeah, ate every minute out of it.
Well, because there was no other super live-action superhero shows.
Yeah. And you had the good theme song.
How'd it go?
I'm just curious.
Well, yeah, it sounded like
Do it again.
I'm just really curious how many superheroes they're going to try and cram on one screen.
everyone. And that's the whole point of this, right? And I love that they're going crazy.
It's like
with
a
this. I'm
Marv
so
Wolfman,
excited.
George Perez cover of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It's a bunch, like 50 heroes out there doing their
Pretty
thing.
excited for this.
And
How does the theme song go?
What's
Okay, just checking.
what's her name? Played Supergirl in the movie that's been on Supergirl the show. The mom. I'm blanking on her name.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, okay. She's in it too.
She played in what movie?
Well,
she's been on Supergirl.
Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
Which
Right.
movie?
Kanan's been in Supergirl too.
Yeah.
Which movie?
They should bring him back for Superman too.
I wonder if they'll do something with her or with him. With him. I would
Which
think
movie was Supergirl in?
unlikely.
I'm curious.
she was-
Supergirl?
Do you think they're going to try and?
Helen Slater. The name was
Slater.
not coming to me. Because she's on Supergirl. It would be fucking awesome if she plays Supergirl, one of the various Crisis
That'd be hella
Supergirls.
cool.
Yes. They have these actors, right, that have all been on these shows because they've been in other things.
Yeah.
It would be fucking great if they all came back, like, also in their original
That would
roles.
be
So Helen
just
Slater.
straight rando tie-in, like,
I think I
you're
may
this
have
person in our world,
I'm just-
but you were Supergirl in another
Well,
world?
that's what they do with Jay Garrick / Wesley Shipp
Yeah.
Flash. They're like, well, you're his dad in this world. You're the Flash in this other world, right?
I may have to just watch this pantless, man.
right?
so
No pants.
No pants.
I know they've also talked about I want to say there was someone else rumored to be involved, but it's not
Tom
coming to
Welling
me right
has
now.
to show up as Superman. It's now or never.
They had
It's now or never.
and I know Tyler Hoechlin, is that his name?
Yeah.
Him and Lois are good. They're both going to be back.
Yeah.
As Lois
that's,
and Clark.
That's a given.
So
yeah, and then Brandon Ralph.
Oh, that was the other one. Thank you. Brandon Ralph is playing
The
Superman.
Yeah.
Returns.
Yeah. So he's playing.
No,
like,
he's playing
Kingdom Come.
Superman.
Oh,
Superman?
that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I have to wonder if that's.
So he plays old cranky pants Superman.
But I wonder if that's going to be like his world becomes Kingdom Come post Superman
the
Returns.
Christopher Reeves turns Kingdom Come.
Well, no, because his world doesn't. I mean,
That's technically the tale. It's not the best way done, but
it's its own thing. It's its own thing.
I'm so excited for that.
So
excited for all of it.
we have a couple months before it comes out, so there's still gonna be lots of surprises.
I mean, they have to do the Tom Welling. They teased it on the last one already.
Well, they had them in Smallville with the music, right?
Yeah,
They had the whole
They know all the fans want
like-
to see it. Tom, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Give in. Wear the fucking suit.
And he was in. I mean, he was in a whole season of Lucifer,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like he hasn't worked with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, just fucking do it, Tom. He doesn't want to wear the suit.
I'm just curious to see if they didn't get any of the movie people to make
No.
anything.
Not anything modern.
No.
Not
But
not the
let's
modern
get
guys.
all the old schoolers and all the TV
Yep.
people together. Fuck it.
Did they bring in any of those guys that played Justice League in the that pilot?
And everybody goes, who are they?
Who the fuck? Or any of the people from the legendary
Do you
superpowers?
think they're going to have Nick
what's the-
Cage in the Superman suit?
They should. What's the legendary super hour or whatever it was called?
You know what
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But those would be just
Adam
voices.
West, Burt Ward. No, the live
yeah,
action,
that's
those
right,
two-parter,
yeah,
right?
Can he come back as Robin?
Well,
with those
so
shorts?
Old Man Robin.
Burt Ward is in it, but we don't know as what.
Old Man
Oh,
Robin.
he's got to be Old Man Robin with the
Yeah.
little teeny
Now,
shorts and the
if they really
I
wanted
mean,
to,
they
if
would
they
have
wanted
wised
to,
up and gone with the
if
Tim
they
Drake
really
pants
wanted to mess with
at
people,
that
they
time.
would have. They got a hold of Michael Keaton.
I mean, I think there is a budget,
Have the Vulture on there.
There are people they're just straight up not going to be able to get. Clearly, I would think the current DC guys are just out of the question. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they want to do it. I have no idea. Jason Momoa rolls in for 30 seconds and walks away.
Aquaman?
You know, yeah. Like who knows? They could, but I'm gonna assume.
Let's assume if they do, what would you do?
Ryan would shit his
I would
pants.
watch the show and be very happy. Like
You're going to watch the show and be very happy anyway.
That is true.
So they don't have to spend any more money on anybody else and for you to be
no
happy.
cameos, nothing. And Ryan would
It's just a DC logo saying Crisis.
Oh, it says Crisis. It's so
good.
great. It has all the heroes from all the TV shows.
It fades out to a CG anti-monitor face, and then it cuts to black.
That'd be great.
It's DC, man.
Now,
He's going to love it either way.
What they should do, they should work with Warner Brothers Animation and do like a Spider Pig kind of deal, a Spider Ham deal, and they have some of the cartoon guys
Batman.
in there.
You know,
just like
Batman.
you know what? They shouldn't.
Come on, you don't think that would be awesome?
If Teen Titans Go show up in
that's
this,
exactly.
oh fuck yeah!
They all roll into Teen Titans Go for like a minute clip. How amazing would that be? The whole cast rolls out in the Teen Titans
even if
Go.
they get some of the stuff from the current DC streaming.
Come on. No, seriously? Did you watch Teen Titan Goes to the movies?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Oh, it was brilliant. Imagine a cast of like Arrow and Flash. They're like, wait, what's this other world we're on? Why do we look like this? And then, booyah!
Well, no, see,
and
the
all
thing
the
is,
Teen Titans roll up.
they have to do it with the DC Legends because Legends
would work.
They've tested it with the puppets.
Yeah. They hold the whole puppet
God,
episode.
man, I totally went off. I'm out. I was out.
So now you definitely won't watch it.
Zoo Crew, man, come on, Captain Carrot. No, they've done this stuff before.
They did puppets in Legends?
Yeah, there was a whole episode
straight
where they all
up
turned into puppets.
Puppets, there you go.
I feel like I'm really stoked that I missed some of this.
Legends.
Last couple
Legends
seasons.
is amazing.
Legends.
Although I didn't see the first crossover either, so
They've been
Look first.
whatever the first crossover of the CW
Invasion.
shows were.
It's been a few of them now.
Yeah.
There
It was
have?
Invasion.
Yeah.
I've
like
seen
4 or
none
5.
of them.
You should.
Well, the very first one was Flash and Supergirl, right?
If somebody conveniently
that was
placed them
just
all on
falling
one flash drive,
worlds.
and
The first
maybe legally I found it,
Legally found it on the floor.
legally I found it,
Yeah.
then I probably would watch it.
Well,
but as it is, I don't want to go through Hulu and all these other websites and the Disney Plus app and
outside of the we'll talk about that in a bit.
The Mega
They're
whatever,
all on
this or that.
Netflix.
I just don't want to have to go find them.
They're all on Netflix.
Outside
It's
of
just
the
too much to surf
the
through. Just
random
put them in order
times
for me, and I'll watch them.
outside of the random times characters appear in the show, the Flash Supergirl crossover was like a legit crossover because at that point it was still on 2 different networks.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Because it was
Um,
NBC?
Yeah, I believe it was still when it was
Or was it
Supergirl was
CB
on the other.
or
When
NBC
Supergirl
or
was-
CBS?
No, it was on NBC, but I'm pretty sure it was when Supergirl was still on the other series.
Yeah, it was. Because it was her first season.
Yeah. We had you had Invasion, which is the one with the aliens.
The Dominators.
Yeah, the Dominators. We had last year's was
Earth X.
no, that was the year prior. Earth X was the year prior with the Nazis.
Oh, yeah.
Last year was the one with Amazo and the lead into the Monitor and all that stuff. And it ended with the tease for Crisis on Infinite
Oh,
Earth.
that's right.
So
Elseworlds.
I wish Marshall
Elseworlds,
listened to our
thank you.
podcast
Thank you.
because Marshall might put it together for me. But by the time I see him next time, I'll forget.
You can just
call
watch
them on Friday.
You can just watch the crossover if you want.
yeah, go to Netflix.
And I have to sift through whichever episodes they are and find them and then watch
somebody
them.
listening, please just DM
Because you're-
Scott
because-
on Twitter
because you're gonna have to
what
go-
season and
It's not like
numbers
you-
and all that.
No. Well, they normally, at least, I don't know how they do them on
No,
Netflix.
I don't think not on Netflix.
No,
They don't
you got to
put
go
them
to
together.
one show and then you
No,
got to go
it's-
find
if
the
you-
other
if you
show
done
and
it
find
then-
the other show.
No, if you done it on CW, they had it as the event.
You got to watch the commercials though.
Jesus
a
fucking
TiVo.
Christ,
I'm
man.
totally spoiled with 8 to 10 episodes, no commercials.
Yeah.
That's what I'm into. If you're more than that, I don't have time. But the crossovers, while I do have time,
It's like
Fit
4 to
into
5
that
episodes.
genre.
you just got to surf around and it's just too common. I don't have time for that.
I have no time for that. I have 5 hours to watch it, but I don't have 30 seconds to look for it.
30 it's a minute per show and fast forwarding through the commercials.
There's no commercials on Netflix?
Oh, they're on Netflix. There's not.
Yeah, just
but
go
you
on
got to
Netflix.
jump around from show to show.
Yeah.
No, they'll probably have watched. No, they
might.
No, Netflix has now done the whole rolling thing. So if it's something that's connected,
Right, it would be the next episode.
which they've normally titled.
If it's a crossover, I wonder. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Because the DVDs had every episode. Every version of the DVDs had every episode. So if you bought Supergirl, you got the entire crossover. If you bought Arrow, you got the entire crossover. So it's possible Netflix has that encoded in. I don't know. I haven't looked.
He'd have to actually look. See, that's the first
Like I
part.
said, a little junk drive.
How about
maybe some
Bluntman and
files.
Chronic with Val Kilmer as Bluntman and Supergirl as Chronic?
That is
No.
a thing that exists.
That's coming out?
Yeah.
They're doing that?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Me too.
I love the first one.
Me
Oh,
too.
Jay's how the reboot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm super stoked.
Like Ryan's like,
Come on,
I didn't even
Ryan.
like
Ryan's like,
Mallrats.
fucking
I didn't like
No,
Mallrats or
it's
Jay and
not
Silent Bob
DC.
then. It wasn't funny then.
fake
because
Superman
I
and
was
fake-
serious
fake
and I was
Batman.
listening. I was watching. I was flipping through Sandman and I was dark and serious back in those times.
Dude, I saw
wore eyeliner.
Clerks. I saw Clerks.
I didn't
with-
like it because it was black and white.
I saw Clerks with Anthony. Remember
Oh, really?
Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
I loved Mallrats.
Yeah.
I thought Chasing Amy was all right.
Chasing Amy was two different types of movies crammed into one.
Yeah. And then
You didn't like Off the Rails, Jay and Silent Bob?
Don't forget Dogma.
well, that's where I'm going to. What was next? Dogma?
Yeah.
Dogma was
Dogma
next.
was
I like Dogma. It was
done
fun.
before.
okay.
I love how they just started spiraling off the rails
And
as
then-
the movies went up.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back was
So good.
what? Fine. And then
No,
was it Clerks 2? What was after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? Did
Yeah.
you have something
Clerks
before
2 was
Clerks 2?
after.
Then Clerks
Clerks-
2 was
I like
not
Clerks 2.
good.
Really good, no.
And then I had no interest in watching his horror movie that he did, and then his podcast.
Well, he
hadn't
did that,
made a
he
horror
did that
movie?
movie that wasn't even associated with J-Lo and...
I didn't even watch
You
that.
made a horror movie?
What?
Yeah, he
No,
made some horror
didn't.
movie, and he made some movie with
What was it called?
Yeah, Tusk. Yeah,
Red State.
yeah. Red State was the other one. I did no interest in Tusk, no interest in Red State.
And then the Wiener movie. The Nazi Wieners.
Yeah,
Zach
Johnny.
and
By that-
Zach and Somebody Make a Porno.
That was
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah,
by this
That was a
point,
really
I
good
am
movie.
one.
Oh, the Bratwurst movie, the Bratwurst
that
Nazis with Johnny Depp's kid and
Oh,
his kid.
the animated one, right?
No, it's fucking live action. It's got little fucking wieners running around like.
I saw
That's
him.
not Kevin Smith. Is
Yeah,
it?
it totally is Kevin Smith, man.
I saw him at the Improv with him and Jay and Silent
Yeah,
Bob,
with
and
me.
it was
Jason Mewes.
What?
good. And I'm just
I'm getting older
been out.
and I just don't like it anymore.
I've been out for years. So
I'm out for years.
No,
I've
no
grown
interest.
up.
Only Neil Gaiman sound bad for me. That's the only real literature with pictures.
No interest in Kevin Smith anymore.
And
His Daredevil run,
Scott
fantastic.
Snyder and Tom King, the only people I'll ever read.
Fantastic run of Daredevil, and his Green Arrow run was really good, and then his Batman miniseries were fucking terrible. And I'm like, well, I'm never reading another comic he's doing. So anyway, yes, but I'm excited. If you
Ice cold Ryan, man.
Okay, so
It's either
cold
great or
heart.
it's terrible.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
awesome.
or I hate it.
Shit,
So-
I
Hold
can't
on,
read them
hold
ever
on.
again.
So after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, it's Jersey Girl, which is the one
Yeah,
he did
no, just-
with
no. No.
Clerks 2, Zach and Miri Make a
terrible.
Porno,
No interest.
Cop Out.
Fucking no.
Who was in
interest.
Cop Out?
I don't know what Cop Out is.
Morgan,
flip on it.
Is that the
Tracy,
Tracy Morgan?
and Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. And that's
Number
the one.
one,
Like,
Tracy Morgan's brilliant.
That's the one that made him quit Hollywood.
yeah.
Red State,
No.
Tusk,
No.
Yoga Hoser.
Yoga
Yeah,
Hosers,
yeah,
no.
that's the one.
No, it's the one with his daughter. No.
No, that's the Bratwurst.
Yeah.
The fucking wieners that run around and go,
His
yeah.
daughter and his daughter's friend are like the main characters.
And then,
just zero.
That's Johnny
And
Depp's
then he
daughter.
Is it?
It's Holidays. It's an anthology film with
no.
a Halloween. I don't know.
No idea.
Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, which is
No
out
fucking
later this
interest.
year. And his next one is Kilroy Was Here.
Sure.
Okay, so the problem is with your hate or love is the Silent Bob universe is brilliant, and outside of that, I feel like maybe he struggled a little.
I like Jersey Girl. That's okay.
Shut the fuck up.
What? I liked it.
No, just no.
I was going to
no.
fight Ryan on this a
No.
little longer, but after that statement, let's
I
just
know,
move on.
let's
Let's just
move
move
on.
on.
Next.
This is not even worth a
What's
fucking
the next-
debate.
Much like Hobbs and
you got
Shaw.
lucky there, Ryan. I was going to fight you for a while.
whoa,
Wait,
whoa.
what?
Much like
Whoa.
Hobbs and Shaw, I'm
Whoa.
excited for you guys to come on this podcast and talk about it so I don't have to see it. Okay. So
you're gonna have to shut up.
So you could talk all about Jay and Silent Bob.
I just
do Hollywood or whatever it's
always
called.
like deep down in my bones, I just do not like this guy.
Right now?
like deep down in my bones, I know that some poop comes out sometimes, and the poop hates him too.
I just said. I am happy that you guys are excited for this movie. It's a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Say it with such a smile.
You guys can talk about it.
There's a lot of smugness there.
I just don't. I don't want to watch it.
Look at him. Look at it.
Venom
Look
came
at
out.
that
I didn't have to go see it. You went and saw it. You told me. Dark Phoenix came out. You went and saw it. I didn't have to watch it.
Exactly. I take a bullet for the Fantastic Four movie. You guys could take a bullet for.
I actually still think the beginning of that
down. What are you doing?
I actually think the beginning of that movie.
He's going to hate you with it.
Toby
has now folded up a chair like a pro wrestler and is holding it and ready to hit Ryan.
Let's give our listeners
next time Hobbs and Shaw
context.
comes out of his mouth.
It's not just a regular chair.
No, it's a large folding chair.
It's a large folding chair that Charlie sits on. It's a Charlie-sized folding chair.
It holds Charlie, so it's got some stability.
So I'm sure one of us at least will see Jay and Silent Bob 2 at some point. You want to talk about your Hobbs and Shaw?
I haven't seen
more
it
stuff to
yet.
talk about.
It's all right.
Yeah,
we can move on.
don't fucking.
We can move on. I don't need to hear your commentary on it.
I have no. My commentary is please talk about it because people listening will probably want to hear about the greatest superhero movie of the year. Because
This is true.
I just don't watch these movies.
The only thing to be said is it's fucking fun. The only nitpick I have was I wish they mentioned the fucking brother.
Explain this to people that don't, because I don't know anything about this.
The brother. So in Fast and Furious 6, Luke. No, what's his name? Owen. Who's the fairy in fucking Lord of the Rings? Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Who's the lookalike of him? Who's the lookalike of him?
Ewan McGregor?
No. There's the musketeer that looks like him. Who's supposed to be the crow?
About?
Oh fuck, Luke something. I have to look up the device. You guys move on. I'll come back.
What is happening here?
I don't know what's happening because I haven't seen it yet.
Hold on.
Luke.
I'm just
Luke
wondering.
Perry? What?
No.
Fairies in Lord of the Rings?
No, you mean the elf?
Speaking of Luke Perry,
He's like a fucking Orlando lookalike. Hold on.
I did see Quentin Tarantino's new movie,
Once Upon a Time in
Once
Hollywood.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Now that's fantastic. And Luke Perry is a
you
very,
seen it?
very, very small role.
He's getting a lot of hate from Asian Americans, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how come?
Supposedly of the way they portray Bruce Lee. I don't know.
It was fantastic.
I honestly, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, so I will not comment on it.
I don't know Bruce Lee. So if Bruce Lee was like that, that would be funny. The main characters did not exist in real life.
Yeah.
So of course,
Luke Evans. It was a Luke. God damn it. Okay, Luke Evans was the main villain in number 6.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Number 7 brought in the fucking Statham as his brother to revenge him.
Jason Statham. Yeah.
Did I not say Jason?
Yeah, you did.
No, you didn't say
I
Jason.
just said Statham.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we all know who we're talking about.
Sure.
And then number 7. There's too many numbers.
Which one?
7. Yeah. And then number 8 brought Statham and Luke. Well, not Luke. Back as like when they turned a little bit as good guys. And then now there's a spin-off where they have to go save the sister, which is played by Vanessa Kirby.
But they didn't bring back the brother.
They didn't bring back the brother, nor mention him.
That's kind of rude.
It's kind of weird. That's the only thing I find kind of weird.
Maybe they just couldn't get him under contract.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of weird because Meryl Streep's in the movie and she plays the mom. And she, like, in the last movie, number 8, she like, oh, you and your brother. And this one, it's like, oh, you and your sister. And it's like, she's been brainwashed by the Men in Black people or something. Yeah. But anyways, super fun. Not a whole lot of brain power needed, but super fun if you want to be entertained.
How does it rank to the rest of the in your
Have you ranked? I haven't ranked mine.
Fast and Furious?
No.
The Fast and Furious cinematic universe.
It is quite possibly my favorite one. My other favorites is Tokyo Drift, which is one of the hated ones.
That was 3. That was one of my
5
favorite
and 6
ones.
is my other favorites.
It was 4 wasn't very good.
5 was the heist.
Oh, that one with the vaults in the car. That one was
I really
good.
liked. That was probably everybody's favorite. It's number 5. And then I really like number
3,
6.
5, 6.
I liked the one because of Luke Evans, because I thought he was actually
1.
a fairly good villain.
I liked 1.
That's all right.
1, but the one it's not. 5, 3, 6, 1, 7.
So for me, it's Hobbs and Shaw, 3, and then 5 and 6.
It's that fun?
I really like it.
I knew.
Better than Endgame?
So much better, man. You know, the amount of characters that show up. I'm kidding.
Does Howard the Duck show up driving a car in this movie?
I think he is in the background. I think if you freeze frame it at a certain spot, you can. No, I'm kidding. No, he's not.
And Howard the Duck is there.
He is freeze framed in Endgame. Supposedly,
I know. Yeah, he's in the background. Yeah, you can see him.
They since Paul Walker passed away, they've put a Paul Walker Easter egg in every single one. You see Paul Walker in it. So look for that.
Oh, I'm assuming you're joking?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay.
Because that would be classless.
Well, some other TV. True. We did get a trailer for Titans Season 2, which was, I think, kind of leaked yesterday, but then officially released today.
Okay, let's talk about that trailer.
Yeah.
You just watched it.
So fucking
I just watched
good.
it.
Just right now.
Which
obviously you don't have a no trailer thing
I have no trailer bias.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read any troll comments on the internet or anything like that.
Donna looks so good.
Donna looks good.
That red
She
costume.
was also the highlight of the fucking entire show last season.
Aqualad is in it. He's very. You can only see him very briefly in that big group shot, but he's on the left side.
Okay.
It's Aqualad.
I didn't read.
You actually see him twice.
I think maybe like
he's like behind Beast Boy in a scene.
I thought the trailer was, maybe a 7 out of 10 until the last scene.
Okay, that's right.
And the very last scene, a 10.
A 10.
Raven's got the Trigon.
Trigon.
Yeah, so clearly they're going to take.
Remember
him out.
how everybody hated the original trailer?
Yeah.
Which I actually really, really liked.
Yeah.
I really, really disliked this trailer.
Oh, really?
Except for the end.
But you didn't like the show, so maybe you'll really like this season if you dislike the trailer.
Maybe.
You didn't like the show at all?
Dude,
I liked a lot of things in the show, but overall I did not really like
what I just
Jason Todd was perfect in the first season because he's such a little shit, and he is even worse in this trailer. I am so excited for Jason Todd.
Titans are back, bitches!
He's just such a dickhead, and it's perfect. That's Jason Todd. It's so good.
I am excited to see more of Troy, though.
My problem with being on the podcast and talking with you guys for hours and hours and hours about whatever show or whatever movie
is however he is excited about it, I'm not. When I'm excited, he is not.
No, it doesn't matter if we're excited or not, or if we liked it or not. We sit here and pick holes in it, and afterwards,
before it comes out,
I'm like, "Fuck! I didn't like this."
I'm not picking any holes in Titans. It looks amazing.
Okay, like Endgame was I got out of Endgame and I loved it, or Spider-Man and I loved it, and I came here and we started talking about it.
I thought Charlie's fault. He's the hater.
Oh,
gosh. What? Oh, it's Spider-Man. Charlie and Bryce were like the haters of Spider-Man.
They
were?
Yeah. We're not here?
No, he wasn't.
We're not here for Spider-Man?
I think I was.
Bryce, hated it.
He did?
Yeah.
I just want...
It's still better than every DC movie, but he hated it.
Bryce,
all of you guys are ruining my ostrich head in the sand fun.
Well, Bryce is hating it because he thought that's his Mary Jane, which is it's not anymore.
Yeah, it's still a different character. But this Titans trailer, it looks.
Hawk and Dove are in there kicking ass.
They're just in full costume all the time, except for Robin.
Okay, we're dropping
in the trailer.
We're not even talking two other big things. Connor,
yeah, he's
and
good in Crypto.
So
Crypto's perfect. Crypto's perfect.
How is he not?
It's really weird.
It's
I was actually excited about Crypto and Superboy, and now how excited you're about it, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, the problem with
Toby now picked up the chair.
The
and
problem
he's
with
holding it a little
Titans
closer.
Season 1, at the end, they show Superboy and Crypto, and Superboy is like a
naked.
fucking ripped
naked
beast.
He's a fucking monster, and he's just like a normal. I mean, obviously.
He's not a monster.
He's not naked anymore, so therefore he's not a monster.
And Crypto is just like a normal dog. He's like weird looking in that trailer. So I like that they pulled away from that because that would have been way too weird. Superboy does not need to be ripped. Superboy, he shouldn't be. He should be small, and that's because he's Superboy. He doesn't need to be like a
He hasn't matured into the bulkiness yet.
He doesn't ever need to be. Superboy can be wiry because he's
That's
Superboy.
Not that Superboy.
Yeah.
It's Connor.
Connor's not fucking ripped. I mean, he's toned, but he's not like.
Well, it depends. If you do Josh John's one, he's bigger.
All he has to do,
he
has to do is wear that black T-shirt with the red S.
He does.
And make it look good. That's it.
The picture of him when they first started filming, he did the Superboy cover where he's got the leather jacket and he's doing the back pose.
I will tell you when the black T-shirt and the jeans came out, I was like, oh, that's freaking stupid.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah,
really? From the moment it came out,
I loved it.
So I hated it.
I loved it.
And hated it.
No.
And then disliked it.
Oh, dude,
and
that whole run,
was
whole Jeff
neutral.
Johns run, it was amazing.
I
That's
changed
the best Superboy story to this day.
Then was neutral, and then was like kind of liking it, and then it was like, well, that's Superboy.
Yeah.
It just grew on me like a freaking plague.
No, I
now,
love
if
that.
we picked it apart, I might hate it again because you guys
no.
just
We're not
let
picking
me
that
be
apart.
let me be an ostrich, put my head in the sand, and enjoy my fun.
Having some of those characters like Superboy and Wonder Girl, it makes sense that they dress in like a regular style and not like costumes because they're just regular kids kind of for the most part. At least in the Jeff Johns run, they were trying to ply him up that way.
Yeah.
So I really like that, and I'm hoping he sticks with that costume. I don't need.
I actually hope they do the Jeff Johns story of Superboy.
Well, so Rose and Deathstroke are in this.
Yeah.
That's from the Jeff Johns Titans run. That's where she first appears. So yeah, I'm assuming they're going to take elements of that run, and that's going to be the basis for the story.
So good.
Perfect.
So I finished Doom Patrol. You guys finished Swamp Thing and The Boys.
I haven't finished Swamp Thing.
Oh, you
yet.
didn't finish Swamp Thing
I still
yet.
have 3 episodes
Okay.
to watch.
Well, at least you guys finished Boys. And you talked around it a little bit last week, Toby. You're going to watch.
Of course,
Boys.
I'm going to watch The Boys.
Did you watch any of it? Did you watch
Nope.
it? Okay.
There's something called life.
I know. Well, we all finished Doom Patrol?
Yes, we're all
think.
done on Doom
So
Patrol.
you're still not done yet?
I have 2 more episodes.
Okay, well, I'll keep it up.
I did, however, watch Umbrella Academy for the 4th time, all the way through again.
Really?
Yeah.
You loved it that much?
You haven't watched The Boy?
Love
Oh
it
my
so
god,
much, man. Also, I'm watching a show called Dark, which is like a German version of Stranger Things, and it's fucking amazing.
I think Lance said,
I would probably not like it because I would have to spend too much time focusing on the subtitles.
Well, you can watch it in English.
Is it dubbed?
Yeah, you could. I'm watching it in German, actually. But,
I did not like dubbed TV back when
Yeah.
I used to watch karate movies and kung fu movies.
But
when I was
now, where you
like
want to
12.
just like sit back and just want to watch it without paying attention. You do?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just too much.
What? Leanne wants to watch it.
no. I think she started watching that. That sounds
I really
familiar.
Like
is it? What's it on?
Netflix?
Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been playing the Fire Emblem game in English with subtitles on just because I'm so
you could-
lazy.
you could-
Yeah. Okay, well, it's funny because I saw some people that weren't super happy with the last episode of Doom Patrol. The last episode is
I like
maybe
the
a
last one.
bit too much for me, but we'll
It's too much.
we'll go up to the last episode, so I won't spoil stuff for Toby. I tweeted out. I don't know that anyone at Warner Brothers actually knew what they were making
The
when they
producers of
signed
Doom
this show.
Patrol conned the shit out of Warner Brothers, and they did an amazing job.
It's pretty fucking. It's pretty wild.
It's wild, but it's so good.
Yes. I don't. If it ended, if that was it, then cool. But we're getting more.
Yeah, we're getting more.
They cram so much into that show. They cram just every episode is like a whole new creative, or it's like a whole new story, and then they sort of kind of tie them all together, looking for the chief. It's pretty.
It's kind of the beginning. Kind of gives you this setup, and they kind of do an introduction of like one character. They introduce you to Robot Man initially at the beginning, and then they have episodes that kind of focus on one character.
Yeah,
throughout.
everyone gets their couple episodes. Yeah.
But what happens is it's told within context of the story, so it helps flow. Like with this, like you said,
looking for the chief,
looking for the chief and stuff. But where it takes you in that process is
like the whole D-Creator story is so massive, and it's over in like 2 episodes, and then they kind of mention it at the very end. But you're like, holy crap, that was that's end of the world level, and it's just kind of done and over, and then moved on to the next thing. I really get the feeling they said, look, we're not getting 2 seasons. There's no fucking chance. We're going to throw everything into this first season because we're not going to come back.
Yeah.
I have to assume that was their thought process because I can't imagine they thought they were going to do 2 seasons of the show. And here we are. So who knows what the hell they're going to do next?
So how far into
Flex Mentallo is just
brilliant?
Oh, he's so good. It's just
how far into Morrison's run was this? Was it the whole run?
No, it picks bits of it.
Oh, so Can they not go back to this run?
Oh, yeah, they can.
Okay.
Yeah, they could draw from anything, and they could draw from the Gerard Way stuff. I mean, the Gerard Way run draws from a lot of the Morrison run. It uses a lot of the same characters. But who knows where they'll go. I mean, elements of always like the Scissor Men, they don't really get into. That's one of the big villains that was in the early part of the Morrison run.
This is Mr. Nobody.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is the main villain in this season was Mr. Nobody.
If they've talked about season 2 plots, I haven't paid any attention. I don't know. So if they've said who the villain is, I don't know. But yeah, it's that. I mean, you've seen enough Mr. Nobody. I mean, he breaks the fourth wall. He's talking to the audience and stuff in a bunch of episodes.
narrator.
Yeah, that and I think it is in the finale where he's like with all like the Doom Patrol like merch.
Oh, I'm
gear.
like, I was watching that episode going, where do I buy that hat?
It was the funniest.
I want that hat.
It was the funniest thing in the world. And I'm
and then
blown
he sets
away.
the whole, that poster on fire.
Yeah. I'm just blown away by what they were able to do in that show. So I'm very glad I got to finally get through that. Now Swamp Thing is next. I have Swamp Thing and Boys. There's a Swamp Thing Boys and
Good Omens. You got to watch
Swamp
Good
Thing
Omens.
Boys, Good Omens, and Sabrina season 2. I'm a couple episodes into that. I watched that with Leanne. So,
But yeah,
so much.
one of
So many shows.
one of our favorite scenes from Doom Patrol is the Nazi killing hallway.
Oh yeah. Where
Robot
Man
Man.
just fucking explodes them. Yeah, that was great. What do you think of this show? Do you like it, Toby? This is. I thought that
It's
Umbrella
so
Academy.
bizarre.
I thought Umbrella Academy would kind of not be up your alley because it's a little weird. So I was a little surprised that you liked it that much.
Fucking love Umbrella Academy.
Doom Patrol definitely seems like it's something that you would not like. So I'm curious.
Look at him judging you right now, basically.
I know.
He always judges me anyway.
I generally know what Toby likes.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really into horror stuff, and you're not into, like, really weird sci-fi stuff normally.
There's certain things I really, really like in there, like the underground storyline with Crazy Jane. I thought that was pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
I actually liked the individual storylines of the characters. With,
like when they would go through a story and you're like, I've seen this part before, and then it would just tangent off into their story.
They did that a couple times.
Well,
Yeah,
the Nuclear Man, the Bandage
Negative.
Man, Negative Man. Yeah, I thought his storyline was really good. Yep. There's elements of it that I really, really enjoy, and then it just kind of takes a turn, and I go, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck am I watching?
Well, that's
And then it takes another turn. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
it is definitely big.
I think the question is, Toby, what did you think of Beardman?
Oh,
Did you like
That was
Beardman?
fucking weird.
the Beard Hunter.
What about
So,
the cockroach?
Like
in the comics?
what
what about the cockroach?
The cockroach? I understand more so than the fucking
What
Beard
about the
Man.
rat?
I don't remember the rat. I actually
The rat goes into Robot Man and like.
Oh, that was bizarre.
Because they ran over his
That was-
family.
yeah.
So Beard
That was
Hunter in
just
the
fucking
comics is just a dude that like can't grow a beard, and so he kills everyone with facial hair. He's like just like a serial
That
killer.
would make more sense.
Yeah, in the show, he's just like a super villain, right?
Like just
a
some
tracker.
Fucking
Like a super
wacky.
Yeah.
They just. So I have not read Morrison's run.
Yeah.
So I like the show so much. I'm sitting there looking at a stack. I walked into the shop tonight and Brock pulled some stuff, a box from the back, and he's like, "Go ahead and pull your run out."
Pull your run out.
So there's like
Throw out.
50 plus comic books over there.
I liked the random street that moved. I thought that was
Oh, Danny.
cool.
Danny the Street.
Yeah, I actually,
I really like Danny the
I actually
Street.
thought that was pretty well
The
done.
musical number with Negative Man, where it's like you see this whole
Yeah.
thing and it's just in his head.
It was
Like,
actually really, really.
that was-
I mean, look. So I think there's some really brilliant stuff in there.
Yep.
I have like similar feelings that I have from watching American Gods, where I'm like, okay, I'm not
hated
fully
American
understanding
Gods.
all of it.
I couldn't get into it.
I just hope it all wraps up in the end. It all makes sense,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
fearful it will not.
Yeah.
Like
I couldn't get into American
Well, I have a
Gods.
connection to the Doom Patrol characters. American Gods, I never read the book, but I understand it's very similar, where you're just thrown into the middle and it kind of explains as it
Yeah,
goes.
so but I was when I finished American Gods, I was like, wait, this can't be it. I'm really glad it wasn't, but I don't know if I have the patience of continuing that one.
yeah.
I read the book and I haven't even based on hearing people's reviews of American Gods, I kind of don't want to even watch the show.
Again, there is some really interesting stuff in there, but less so than in Doom. I thought Doom Patrol. Some of it was really well done. Some of it, I don't get it.
Yeah, Leanne, I think.
Like the whole thing with the butt, I like the goat butt, like her squeezing into the butt.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What was that all about?
it's just not my kind of humor. I'm sorry. I know I love Jay and Silent Bob dick and fart jokes, but for some reason, her going into the goat's butt was just not my alley. I was like, that's different.
That's different.
It's different. One's talking about it, the other one's actually doing it. So it's the line somehow got crossed for me somehow.
Goat or was it the donkey?
A donkey.
Oh, donkey, whatever. Donkey, whatever. I was actually thinking it was a cow at first. Memory of that is hazy.
Well, what I liked is the show also
Too many
gives good homage to kind of the craziness of the art from the Morrison run, especially with those. I can't remember the name of it, but those larger than life characters with the long fingernails that Robot Man and Crazy Jane go into the snow globe to deal with.
I love Crazy Jane as a character.
Yeah, she's great.
She's fantastic.
She does a good job with all of the different personalities.
I like her.
That's like your show.
Her and Brendan Fraser.
What's your show?
Their
Orphan
relationship.
Black?
Orphan Black, yeah.
Her and Brendan Fraser.
Orphan
don't-
Black is
don't even-
phenomenal.
Her and Brendan Fraser's relationship, Robot Man, is really good.
Yeah, kind of a father-daughter.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Now that's a show you should be watching. See, you not watch none of my shows.
You've never watched Orphan Black?
No.
Just watch the first season.
No, I've heard it's great. Yeah.
No. Don't tell me you've heard it's great. Just go
I
watch
have.
it. You have watched
I don't have time for that. I don't have 30 seconds to go find the episode.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ouch.
Swamp Thing's next.
Touche.
Swamp Thing's next, so I definitely want to watch that. Who's not? None of us have finished Swamp Thing, right? Not yet.
I don't
Three
have
episodes.
it.
I haven't even started. I
don't
gotta
have
finish Doom Patrol
Okay.
first.
What platform
It's DCU.
service? I don't have that.
DC. Okay.
Of course, I did watch Doom Patrol.
Speaking of streaming services,
Yeah. Disney Plus.
Disney Plus and
Yeah, they announced that today. The Disney Plus, Hulu Plus, and ESPN.
You know what's cool about that?
Why?
You get all the UFC stuff with ESPN Plus.
You do?
So yes, so ESPN Plus is where all the UFC
I actually didn't know
Fight
that.
Night stuff is on. So for $12.99, you get the UFC stuff and you get all
I
the
actually
Disney
don't care.
stuff.
I'm actually not a UFC person unless Gina Carano's fighting. And she hasn't
a
fought in
giant
like a
fan.
decade or two.
No, she would get her ass kicked. She's.
I
not
went to
that-
her fight when she was in San Jose, fought Cyborg.
She's not that good of a fighter, and Cyborg is a very good fighter.
Cyborg is kicking butt.
Cyborg just got her butt kicked too.
So
Did she?
Crushed.
Did she? By who?
Amanda Nunez.
So we had the Disney Plus info. Now they've announced like a combo pack with Disney Plus and
I do get to finally
Hulu
watch
Plus.
Kobe Detail Show. He has a show called Detail. He breaks apart NBA plays and players.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, I really want to see that
So
show.
like an unboxing.
No, it's
I like how they're talking about the
Unraveling.
sports section of this package.
This is the sports sports conspiracy.
We're gonna have a
I like
sports.
how Ryan just got silent. He just starts.
I'm
looking
letting you guys talk. So if you want to do Hulu Plus 2, it's $12.99 a month and ESPN, and that to me is because I think it was $70 a year for Disney Plus, so it'd probably be $140, $130 or something like that if you do the year package.
Oh, do they have a year package?
They said for Disney Plus. I don't know if they have it for Hulu and everything because I have Hulu. I have like the standard Hulu account goes through like
$6.
Well, no, I have it through. I have included with whatever the hell it's called, Pandora, Spotify. Spotify somehow is connected to Hulu.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what's up with that.
Okay,
So Hulu, I don't need Hulu, but
why not? No Runaways, no Cloak and Dagger, no Veronica Mars, the real iZombie show.
iZombie just ended too. I gotta watch that. I haven't seen this whole season yet, so
iZombie's still on TV.
it's last season. Yeah, just wrapped up. Yeah, season 5. iZombie's
How
fantastic.
How does the CW have time to put any more shows on at all?
I mean, they're ending a few of their long running shows.
The Arrow's ending.
Yeah, Arrow's ending.
And Buffy coming back.
Buffy
Yeah,
on what?
on CW.
It's not Buffy.
It's not coming back.
No, it's not Buffy. They're not doing more Buffy.
Yeah,
News to me if they are.
I thought they're bringing it back.
They did like Charmed. Charmed came
Yeah,
back.
it was caca.
They're doing.
Well, actually, I don't know. I never watched the original, never watched the new, so I have no idea what I'm talking
Is there
about right
another
now.
show that they're bringing back?
I thought they're bringing Buffy back.
No, I don't think so.
They're a handful of their other shows are ending, like Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, Jane the Virgin's ending and Supernatural's ending.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Really?
Yeah, so
I thought that was never going to end.
I know people that absolutely just can't get enough of Supernatural.
I remember going to all these Doctor Who panels at Comic-Con, and you have to sit through the Supernatural one. I'm like, wait, this is still alive?
yeah. So
People
like
love that, man.
Charlie watches it.
3 more superhero
Charlie
shows.
watches everything.
Yeah, 3 more superhero shows can take
Well, there
place
is-
of those.
Yeah.
Well, there is okay. Is Supernatural the one that they have this tattoo thing on their chest? That
I don't
has
know.
like a little. No, do any of us know?
I've
this?
never seen 1 minute of the show.
Yeah, I saw somebody with one of those, and I was like, "You really got a Supernatural tattoo? You're really that down with the Supernatural universe?"
It's a very popular show.
But I guess people get like Spider-Man tattooed on their body too. So
So when I think when we get to
September is the...
it's like beta for Disney Plus is like September, and then I
Wait,
think
that's
launches
like in a month.
November. Yeah, I think it launches November.
Really?
they're
Yeah, it's
moving
gonna be soon.
all that's on
Wait,
there
when are
now.
the original shows coming out?
Right away.
No.
At least one of them. At least-
WandaVision?
Oh, I don't
Winter
know.
Soldier?
No,
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian may be at launch. At least something's at launch. Like one
Wait,
or
if
two.
it's coming out next month, we don't have any trailers.
No, it's
I'm
beta.
not buying it.
November.
It's beta
November.
next month. So it's they're releasing it with like
November, December.
the content for people to stream and practice using. Like DC Universe did that, right? They had a beta where people were testing it out.
Sounds
Yeah. The
suspect
beta
to me.
is just to test the hardware, and then it launches.
I really hope they have a package including the Hulu Live stuff too.
What's
Is
Hulu
Hulu
Live?
part of their thing?
They own it, or the own majority now.
What's the biggest show that Hulu's produced? Is it Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that. Did Ian make you watch that? Ryan?
November 12th. She watched it all.
Well, I'm using Hulu just to watch most of the TV shows, just because it's convenient. I actually kind of... Well, I like the
Do you have
the
to
UI.
watch the commercials?
Less. There's not
I'm
as
out.
many.
I'm out.
I don't know. I like
ain't
the
nobody
UI.
got time for
the
that.
original UI. I hated the new UI.
Sweet
I
brown
almost
sugar.
quit, but then I stuck with it, and now I'm used to it. So I'm still watching it on Hulu. I could probably just log into each individual app, but it just makes it easy.
Just don't even understand. It's
Yeah.
just you got to surf through too many different things to watch your programs.
Nah, no.
When I just click my TV remote and say "The Boys," and it just pops up, and I can watch them.
You spent
Such
the
a-
time to log
such
into
a
Amazon Prime on your
millennial.
Xfinity?
A long time ago. You do it one time, buddy. One time. One time.
Just a TiVo.
Yeah, if
One
you have
time.
Netflix, you can say the same thing about the Crisis,
One
like the
time.
crossover events for...
I don't know if it's that smart.
Netflix, please put all of my crossover stuff from the CW superhero shows in order
don't
for my
think you'll
watching
understand
pleasure. No, I don't think it does that.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of it works.
Try it.
I
I
did.
might have to dump my live TV and get
You
Hulu
said
Live.
that 2 years ago.
No, I have
No,
live
2
TV through the internet, right?
2 years ago.
Which is streaming only.
You can't watch any sports then.
Yeah, you do. I watch all my sports. I actually watch more sports than I ever have because I have access on my phone to it now.
You're
But I'm
junkie.
thinking about dumping it to get the Hulu Live thing since I'm going to be part of the Hulu Eco package at that point.
Eco package?
Yeah.
What's better for the environment about your package?
Oh, like,
That
Eco as
came
in-
out wrong.
Whatever.
Okay.
So we got some questions.
Thank fucking God.
We have some questions on the Patreon page.
What?
What? We have questions that go there?
I'm
We have
actually...
Patreon?
I've decided to actually do stuff on the Patreon page and actually post more regularly on there. I've been very bad about this.
All I know is that I keep
Bad
wanting to be on a
Higgins.
roundup, and I'm never invited.
That
to
was
those
always-
things.
You were right. You were on one.
I was on one.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But it's not a roundup. That was a dark conspiracy.
That was always the
You weren't
intent.
on that one?
That was a dark conspiracy. We really named it. Yeah, and then it's questionable if Ryan ever posted it.
It's all on there.
No, it's not.
So we're going to actually start doing questions from Patreon as well. A little bit more long form if you want. I have an email to read as well.
Did
so
they let us-
we have lots of stuff.
Did
to
they
do.
let us all on there too, or is it just you still?
It's just me. I would have. They have like a higher tier for like you can have like multiple admins and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to donate to
for that shit.
Yep.
Patreon. I'm going to have to donate to us
think Brock
in order
already
to get
does it.
on and see
No,
the
I don't-
Patreon stuff because
Weren't
I'm
you
not
doing
allowed
that for a
on
while?
no.
No, I was like, no. I made a Patreon account, but I never...
Yeah, we have. You have to like.
I don't
pay
even
more
know how that
into it
works.
to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
start
I don't know how
donating
any
in
of it
dollars.
works. It's probably harder to find stuff on that than it is on on the CW Hulu app to Netflix watch all my
I've never.
All right, what's this question, Ryan?
Hulu
Yeah.
when it was free.
First question. Craig Anderson asks,
Indicator.
as we approach CW's Crisis event, what do you think the chances are we get Superboy Prime
I'm
out
gonna
of
fucking
it?
stab Chris
Even if he
numerous times.
You're going to say Chris?
Who's Chris?
Or Craig?
Even
sorry.
if he shows up as a good guy, how great would it be to get a future
It's never
crossover facing off against an evil Superboy Prime?
Never.
Now, of
No.
course, Superboy
Superboy
Prime
Prime's the
being one of the
worst.
greatest characters in all comic creation.
I think he just put that down to just
me.
give you a little rub today, Ryan.
Rub him, troll me.
I
hate that character.
He's fantastic.
No.
I love him.
Yeah, how do you not love Superboy Prime? He's so good. I would love Superboy Prime to make an appearance in the finale of this.
What if?
Love it.
What if?
What are they
Crisis,
just going to show the film reel flipping and him going, nah, I don't want any of this.
What if
And then
Crisis?
punches a hole through your screen.
What if?
Is that what it's going to be?
What if in Crisis some of the Legion characters start showing up, and then you spin off a Superboy and the Legion TV show?
Give it to me. I need it.
Would you like that?
Just in time for the Legion. Maybe that's why Bendis is working on a Legion comic now, right? Because they want to do a Legion TV show. They've talked about it.
Ryan's pants just got wet.
Chris Lockhart.
Speaking of Legion, they had the Bendis tweeted out the 2-part cover.
Yeah, the Brian Hitch covers.
The Brian
Really
Hitch
good.
covers
Yeah.
look really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We didn't talk about that last week.
Not the covers. They just put that up the other day. I think it was yesterday.
That's for Millennium, right?
Yeah,
1
yeah,
and
for
2.
two-parter. Yeah. Chris Lockhart says, I know Ryan says he's a Red Sox fan, and I know Toby watches the NBA. My question is, what sports do the rest of you guys watch?
Ninja Warrior.
Any teams you follow or root for?
Ninja
I am
Warrior.
a A's, Raiders, Warriors fan. Sharks. I follow all of them. Not as much the Sharks. I follow them, but
It's all the local ones.
it's too warm in California.
No Giants.
I'm
No Giants.
I'm an A's fan, but I'm not a Giants hater.
Yeah,
Like some I am not a 49ers fan though, as a Raiders fan. So it's meh.
See, I can like the Giants until they play the Red Sox in the World Series, because otherwise it doesn't matter.
Name 5 players on the Red Sox. Go.
Right now?
Right now.
Jesus, here we go. I haven't watched hardly any games this season. It's been so bad. It's so busy.
Thank God.
Let's see who's on right now. Well, obviously Mookie Betts is still there. What the fuck's
You're looking
playing?
it up.
I am looking it up.
Nope,
Who was playing
cheating.
today? They're not doing very good this season.
I
They've lost
actually
so
don't
many
know
players.
if Brock does any sports. I don't think you do.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I
I watch the UFC.
never been a sports
Do you really?
guy.
Yeah.
That's why you're excited about
Yeah.
the ESPN thing.
Yeah, I could get the Disney Plus thing and the
Yeah.
UFC. It's so great. I watch Olympic sports like track and field and swimming.
Yeah, of course.
I watch a little bit of the X Games.
Well, we all know Bryson.
My favorite Pro Bowler is Pete Weber.
Huh?
I
Yeah,
watch the
Warriors and
World's-
basketball
I
for
watch
me,
the
but I
World
watch a
Series
lot
of poker.
a lot of basketball.
If I'm driving, I listen to sports talk radio.
I do too.
I don't even watch any esports.
No, I enjoy not
watch
just the
highlights.
Warriors, but all of the NBA, including its history, and enjoy Ninja Warrior, a little bit of a little tiny bit of soccer, a little tiny bit of football.
My best friend Greg, he's a big Premier fan.
Yeah.
and I just haven't gone over yet. I mean, when I was younger, when I was a kid and played, I was a Man U fan. But everybody in the United States is a Man U fan. They're like the Yankees, or were. They're been pretty crappy lately. It's been all about Man City.
You a Bruins fan?
Patriots. When they get to the finals,
you're the
sure.
New England package, aren't
Sure,
you?
yeah.
Do you have a Tom Brady pillow?
No, I did not. No.
Body pillow?
Is he your god?
He's a pretty good player.
One of the best of all time.
Zach Johnson says, "Do you ever think about renaming the store when you first bought it?"
No.
No, I did. Technically, yes, I did think about it, but
Really?
I didn't.
What are you going to call it? Ryan's Comic Book Shop.
No, I thought,
Higgins
would I?
Stash.
Do I rename it? Does it make any sense to? But no, I didn't. I never put any real thought
But you
into
did
it.
rebrand it.
I'm going to rebrand it.
Yeah, you did.
The
You did
Legion
whole
of
new
Higgins
logo and
Heroes.
everything.
No, I wouldn't really call it a rebranding.
Yeah,
Would you have
it
named
is,
it the
because
Legion?
He fucking hated the little conspiracy
Is
man.
if he kind of just ignored the guy until he realized, yeah, I can just change the font.
Ryan,
Well, no, he actually had. Didn't
would you have named it the Legion of Higgins Heroes?
I don't think
Didn't
so,
what's
no.
her face redesign it?
Karen,
Yeah.
redid the
Yeah.
logo. Yeah.
Well, you hated the conspiracy man.
I didn't hate the conspiracy man. I'm just
You
not
couldn't wait to get away from conspiracy man.
okay. I was never big on characters and logos. So
I like.
Is he still your mascot?
He's in the bathroom now.
yeah. I have the original sign. Yeah, in the bathroom.
I
Cut it.
actually quite like
You
the
can thank me for
conspiracy
that.
man.
Yeah.
Because you were just going to throw it away, and I said,
Yeah.
no, cut this
Frame
out
it.
and have Leanne frame it. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Verum Libertas also asks, my comic shop is going to start using Comic Hub soon.
Woo!
Does any local comic shop have to use the option to work together?
You should stay away, my friend. Actually, Ryan had to introduce me to the guy and started feeling bad. Because I had to explain to the dude, I'm like, listen,
It's a
man,
joke.
I like to fight the Ryan. So if Ryan is for it, I therefore have to fight him for it. So Ryan was kind of a dickwad at introducing him, putting a face to the app.
Oh, you met Stu?
And now...
Yeah, it's a comic
And he's super nice. He's actually insanely nice. So now it gets harder and harder
To fight the Ryan?
to fight the Ryan because now I see the face and Stu is a good guy and he generally wants to make a good app and then
You guys were talking for a while.
yeah, but
I'll take it right now. Hub
actually-
sucks.
I actually do have real notes.
I haven't met Stu
I mean,
yet.
look, I don't actually hate it just to hate it, right? I do actually legitimately have some notes about it, and I do really have problems with the design work. But now makes it so much harder, man.
Well, for the app,
fuck you, Ryan. I might just not say fuck the hub anymore. Just like fuck you, Ryan. Because now that I see the face, I'm like, I can't say it anymore.
I can't be mean to Stu.
We were told the Android version of the app was supposed to get an update this week. We'll see if it still happens. iTunes or Apple version's about 2 weeks out. So
I use my
fingers
phone
crossed
all the
it happens.
time, and I still don't like the Hub.
I hate you so much for. I wish that never happened. Life be so much different right now.
Well, he asks, do comic shops have the option to work together to locate missing items or extra copies, or is it regional, or how does
They
it work?
do, right? They do.
So,
Yeah, because some asswhat decided not to sell me his Buffy book because remember when I realized they all went out of print and
Yeah.
I needed to get all the Buffy books?
Yeah.
So Charlie, master fucking hubber, went on the hub and go, yo, I found one. It's in Arizona. Just order it. I'm like, fuck yeah.
On the
Love
hub?
the hub for the first time ever. Ordered it. Confirmation went through. About 3 days later, there was an error. We can't actually send you the book.
Hate the Hub.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck the hub. You probably looked that shit up on eBay, realized it goes for lots of money, and decided you're just going to keep the book.
Jerks.
so
Yeah,
anyone,
fucking Arizona store.
can
Whichever
use
you
that.
are.
You gonna rat that store out?
I have to look it up.
If you go to comichub.com, not any of our store sites, but if you go to comichub.com and look up a book, it'll actually give you a list of who has that book in stock.
yeah, it's
so
actually quite cool.
So we not that we could do it ourselves and just tell you, hey, this other store says they have it. Of course, inventory is a thing. You want to make sure they really do. I've definitely had up an item or three that we haven't actually had in stock. It does happen. But yeah, we don't work together on a store, kind of connection. But people can, and you have a Comic Hub account. You still have to connect to that store because it still is. Every store manages their own,
Username,
address.
database, and address.
Well,
and stuff.
it's the same account. It's just the store has to confirm who you are and how you're paying, right? It's not Amazon where there's one login and one thing. You have one account, one login, one password, but every store...
yeah, I did have to sign up for another login for that store thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's.
But no, it's not a new username.
I don't want the man tracking me.
But it's not a username or password or any of that stuff. It's simply saying, hey, I need to connect to your store. And they reply, okay, well, we just need your contact info because it's not...
So rude that they didn't give you that book after like one day. We
is
know
fine.
the freaking doorbell goes off
Ding
right
dong.
when you
Yeah.
put the order in. Ding dong.
Did you?
It was a couple days. It was like 3 or 4 days.
That's rude. How much?
I
and
still-
it doesn't ding dong until you recognize that it's been
Tells
seen.
you right away?
I really do think they looked it up and go, wait a minute.
Jerks.
This goes for how much now?
Why is this guy from California going on?
Yeah. Why is this guy from California wanting to order this one specific book from us?
I wonder if I've been to their shop. Where was it in Arizona?
Fucking don't remember now. It's been a while.
I've probably been
like
to
a
their
year
shop.
Was that all the Patreon ones?
Couple more questions. Yeah, that
Okay.
was all. So patreon.com
Couple more questions.
slash
Stu's a good dude.
.com/comics conspiracy is or comic conspiracy. Whatever.
So you're going
whatever
to
it
take
says.
questions on Twitter, Patreon, and email that you answer in like
You know what?
15 years?
I think
I actually do have an email.
I think you should take questions from the hub. If the hub is so great, then
Maybe one day soon. Oh yeah, I do have the email because it's actually it's a shop and it's related to something from this week. It is a good question. Hold on, let me get that.
Oh, it's a good question.
Oh.
Therefore,
It's a good
he
question.
reads it.
right.
So just know if you have a
You don't have a
stupid question, he
Twitter
waits
question to fill
15
us in
years
for
to
now?
read it.
I do. So this is from Colin over at Pittsburgh Comics. This is, what are your
another
feelings about Marvel on FOC having the second and third prints of Absolute Carnage #1, whereas of 4:21 Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, first prints of the main and most of the variant covers are still available. While I'm thrilled to be able to get more first prints quickly, it seems disingenuous to have us commit non-returnable orders for unneeded second and third prints and create a false demand. All
That's
right.
a total Ryan question.
Here we go. FOC, final order cutoff. It's our last chance to order a comic book before it ships. What Marvel has done over the course of the last few months and maybe 6 months, but really the last year or two, but it's really been recently they're doing this like crazy. They say a book sells out before it ships. They create a second printing. That second printing has a new cover. Oftentimes, however, when the book actually ships, the first print, they still have copies in stock of the first print. The second print is just a variant cover that's coming out 3 weeks after the first print. Now, Absolute Carnage #1, quote unquote, sold out for Marvel. They created a second print. That sold out. They created a third print. This is all before the book even came out.
Yeah, because wasn't second and third print on here?
Second was last week, third print. Or second was 2 weeks ago,
Okay,
third
okay.
was last week. The book is now out. The book is available to order. First prints are available to order. The second and third prints are sold out. So they're not second and third prints. They're just a variant cover to the main series. Second prints are announced by Marvel before the book actually is out or ships.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No, House of X #1 had a second print announced.
It came out this week. It was announced immediately after the book was FOC'd.
Yeah.
So again, it's not a second print. I mean, I guess technically it is, but it is a variant cover.
This
It's-
sounds silly.
It is. It's silly. I don't order anything like that. I'm happy to. So like I just ordered Savage Avengers #1 like fourth printing because it's actually out and I ran out. So I didn't get second or third prints at all except to fill like special orders for customers. So
That wanted that cover.
yeah, it's crazy to me that they put the stuff out. Look, if it sells out, legitimately do a second print. It'll be out in 3 weeks. Cool. Who's ordering second and third prints before the book even fucking ships?
There's dudes. I'm part of so many comic book groups on Facebook these days. It's not healthy. And there are so many.
They're not destroying comic books for you.
Whereas in 1995 it was hard to find comic books.
Yeah.
Now you can find anything and everything that might possibly have an inkling of value. If it's a writer's first appearance on a new title that's a popular writer with a character wearing a white shirt, this is the first time this character's worn a white shirt.
Yep.
First appearance.
Speculation is insane right now.
Insane. And it's punching me in the face in the Silver Age. Because all these guys now are trickling back from wanting the 9/8 white shirt edition of Mary Jane wearing a first appearance of her wearing an 80s throwback Esprit t-shirt.
Toby's in. Toby wants 5 copies.
You want that Esprit? When you were in Europe, did they wear Esprit stuff or was that out?
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Just help me, Ryan.
Hub me.
But Scott, the price on those Silver Age books prevents most people from getting into it. That's the key.
Oh,
because most of the speculators are
They want to pay $3
want,
and sell it for $50.
I just missed out on my grail.
They want to pay $3 for a book worth $5. They think it's worth $50, and they never sell it.
They tried to sell it for $10 or $20.
Oh, I don't mind that. I guess I shouldn't mind it too much. I mean, I like it. I did just miss out. I told you I missed out on my personal Grail. I didn't purchase it.
Showcase 4.
Showcase 4. I would say it's the biggest one that I'm looking for that I don't have.
First appearance of the Flash. The Silver Age Flash.
Yes. Barry Allen.
Yep.
I missed it.
There's always more of them out there.
Well, I missed it because I didn't want to pay what they wanted, even though it was a really fair price.
Yeah.
So.
This stuff always comes back around. Don't worry. Like that girlfriend issue of Spider-Man.
Huh?
The ex-girlfriend that marked on that Spider-Man.
Oh, that was funny.
That's pretty sweet. Did you see that? Did we show you that?
Yeah, did she actually mark it on the book?
Yeah, that's not on the CGC case. The guy she wrote on it, and then the guy sent it in to get it graded. Yeah. Which is brilliant. It was
That's pretty funny,
Amazing
actually.
Spider-Man 14 first appearance of the Green Goblin.
That's pretty funny.
Cross
Wait,
X
what grade
Hunter.
did it get?
Cross X Hunter.
Wait, what grade did it get?
Oh, it was like a 1.5 or a 1.8. So 1.8.
Cross X Hunter says, "Do you guys have any specific shelving you look for when storing trade paperbacks at home?" And
Yeah,
well, in
it's
stores
called
as well?
IKEA Billy Bookcase.
Yeah.
He says, like a
Exactly.
specific IKEA product, or do you just use whatever shelves you have it upon? No.
IKEA Billy Bookcase. And I've actually
Whichever one looks pretty.
Yeah, and I have the glass doors on it now.
Oh, you
did?
got the glass
Yeah,
doors?
yeah, I got the glass doors to see through.
How do you like them?
I quite love them, and I have my statues on top, and I got my books kind of like.
Do you put any statues kind of in the middle of the books to kind of highlight?
I don't. I actually put the statues on the first two. So I have 5 of them in my living room.
Don't
The
you think
first
it-
2 have statues and toys, and then the middle 3 have toys at 3 levels down. Everything else is books. And now I'm starting to add 2x4s to actually help with the omnibus. What's it called?
The Omnibus? The Omnibuy.
The omnibuy, yeah, to kind of help with the weight.
So you're supporting each of the shelves with a 2x4?
2 2x4s. I cut them
One
and
in the
put
back,
them
one in the front?
No, in the middle, so that the top wood doesn't start bending.
Are you
down.
you're putting it in the back?
No,
or in the
kind of in the middle. So I have the books next to them.
Like if I'm looking over there,
Like
show
here.
me. Okay.
Yeah. Well, 2. One kind of here with the books, and one in the back. Just to help with the weight, because I started seeing them like kind of bending a little bit. They were fine for years.
Yeah.
It was not until the giant amounts of omnibus started fucking throwing my books up.
So what I do at home for mine, because I have 4 across, is my omnibuses actually go on the middle shelf.
Yeah, that
So
one is
they-
stronger.
Because that one's the middle one is stronger. So if you put them on the middle and but mine
Or the bottom.
mine's
Yeah.
almost full. So I'm like,
Well, I started with the bottom, and then I had to start slowly getting up. So now
It's
I have
hard
to-
putting the omnibus on the bottom because that's what you
Yeah.
want to show off.
Yeah,
you want them
you
up
do, yeah.
higher because they're cooler.
Yeah, and also you don't want. So at first I had them all in the bottom, so there were just a giant row of omnibus in the bottom. But I was like, no, I kind of do want them sectioned off. So
Do you like them mixed up so you can see omnibuses? Omnibuses. That doesn't sound right.
omnibus.
Multiple omnibus.
I have them all sectioned off in my own weird way. Like I have my street characters
by
together.
feeling.
Kinda like
Color of the
not-
cover.
I just pulled it out of
Like
the
I-
box and threw it on
It's
the
not.
shelf.
It's not based on. It's by feeling. You know.
no. I have like
What if it's a
I started
borderline
with
street
Daredevil for
character?
some reason, just because he's one of my favorites, and
Yeah.
then I kind of do all the street characters, and then I have all the
What if you're
regular
a,
characters.
What
up
if you're a borderline street character? Or
Alpha-
what if you go from street and then you gain a new power set?
Alpha
What happens?
chronologically, or get the hell out of my store. Like,
Well,
Why
all right.
you
Well,
can
see
get
you later,
something
Ryan.
in the store.
Good knowing you.
So
Mr.
I,
Snobbery over there.
I separate mine into trades, hardcovers, and like oversized.
Toby, you do you.
But it's alpha.
yeah.
It's all the way.
You do you.
I'm actually thinking about redoing my movies in eras. Like, so that I have my 80s action movies together, that have my 90s action movies. That like,
It
so
just-
then I could see the evolution of
Don't
where
do it.
things are going.
Don't
yeah.
do it.
Okay, Toby.
That's how Sam Goody
yeah.
Suncoast used to do it. Oh, it was the worst.
This just reminds me of
I have a superhero self.
of High Fidelity when John Cusack gets all sad and he starts organizing his records.
Collection.
Oh, it just reminds me of that scene, which is brilliant. If you haven't seen High Fidelity, it's a good movie. Go see it.
But
you can't go
I
see
do
it.
like the Billy
Rent it.
bookcases in the sense that even just straight bare Billy bookcases look phenomenal, and they have additions that make them pop even more. They have like glass cabinets.
Well, my glass doors are actually not the regular ones. They're the ones with the white inside. I just took the white thing and yanked it out, so that I have just a small silver border, because there's the wooden one which blocks too much of the view, which I don't like. So I got the full on glass. So it's pretty much just a glass border on like a bezel all the way around.
Oh, okay.
Instead of having these wooden lines that go across.
Yeah.
So it's
for me, because I don't really mind having like trays covered up. I did the solid doors.
Yeah.
And I like how that makes the bottom
clean.
Look. It makes it clean.
You get the top glass, and then
there's no glass on the top. I've been tempted to do like the half ones.
But trust me, the glass. I used to have never had the glass doors, and things get so dusty over the years, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's the best thing I ever bought. Was the freaking glass door. And Jim, if you're listening, go away from those fucking plastic shells.
His shells.
He has millions of dollars of statues on these like cheapest plastic
I
shells
saw
he
those.
could fucking
I was
buy.
like, Jim, you need to suck it up.
Yeah, man.
And like invest in.
I can just imagine
storage.
Jim right now getting mad at us.
Jim,
Like,
Yeah.
We took the Billies here.
where are you, Jim?
The Billy bookshelves here, and we cut them. So Toby and Fred Milton cut them. They were 6 high, like the 6 shelves high. We cut the top off of them.
coming to about 4.
Yeah, and just makes it a little more visible. We can actually see them over and everything. And yeah, no, I have the exact same ones. I have like I think mine's are gone actually, because I have the.
You have the lighter brown ones.
I
have the dark brown ones, or the dark ones.
Yeah, I don't have the black one, but I have like the dark, the brown.
The brown
they're
one.
like they're really nice looking.
Toby,
they're
Which
fantastic.
ones do you
I
have?
got the store birch ones.
The birch ones? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like the brighter look. Put some like tree things around it.
Mine are in
some
boxes
green.
in a closet.
I know. I've said
Chris
it
Noyes.
before.
Chris Noyes
My
asks,
shit doesn't look anything like that anymore.
Do
Actually,
you
it
think-
does. It
do
looks
you think
perfect.
that Disney...
It is perfectly the
welcome.
way that it was
You're
left.
There's a lot of questions. We'll get through a few.
All right.
Do you think Disney will release a 22-movie box set for the Infinity Saga?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That would be my return
one,
to
two, and
buying. My return to buying some Blu-rays.
Or 4K.
Probably.
A TV that would work. I'd have to get a player first.
Toby's giving
I
me
don't have
that
anything
look.
to play any of that on.
I went and bought that goddamn Iron Man 3, the good packaging version, not the shit that
Well,
they
you
have
know
out
what's
now.
funny? I'm still looking for a Winter Soldier regular packaging. I'm still looking for a Doctor Strange.
They're out there. That
Yeah.
new packaging is so bad.
All the new packaging sucks balls.
Terrible. Like it's so poorly designed.
Yep. Makes me not want to buy it at all.
Yeah, the original. I don't understand why they look it like it's like some weird
I
clip
got
art
the
they threw
bearable
on there.
Iron Man 3 one.
What's that?
I got the bearable Iron Man 3 one. There's the bad one, and then there's the bearable one. I got the bearable
I don't know.
one.
I just got the regular one of it. So, but I could see them doing a box set at some point, like on the Disney Club or
probably.
something like that.
Well,
Yeah,
they have to do a Phase
Wait,
3 box
What's
set.
the
and
story?
then do-
What's the story on this Crisis box set? There's a Crisis on Infinity Wars. No, not Infinity Earths box set.
Oh
coming
yeah.
out. That's
the trades.
softcovers or
No,
hardcovers?
it's hardcovers.
It's hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
Is it oversized?
No, standard. The
So
X-Men.
it's like Mr. Miracle then.
I mean, it's just standard hardcover size. Just
Toby,
like all
did you see Charlie's giant book from last week?
No, but wait, how many books is it?
14.
What's the cover?
Everything from Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's the series, all the crossovers, all the tie-ins, all the specials, and
Like
some
I have
extra
the
stuff.
index
big
stuff.
fat trade with the Alex Ross cover.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Well, there's all the crossovers. It crossed over into every book for months, right?
Yeah.
So it's all the crossovers. It's all the Crisis lead-in stuff. So it's all the JLA, JSA crossovers from the
Nah.
60s through the 80s. That's
Holy
like
shit.
7 volumes of it. And then the crossovers. And
I
then,
assume since they're putting that box set out, it's actually worth it, right? Like it's all stuff worth reading.
So a third of it is JLA, JSA crossovers from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
I think that's cool.
So that's cool. If you're into it, it's all the crossovers, right?
Okay.
So that's cool, right?
Okay.
It's Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is good.
Yeah.
It's the crossovers, which are mostly okay. Some of them are like, well, the sky is red. Anyway, back to our story that has nothing
They
to do with
included that
Crisis.
too?
Yes.
Oh.
So those are all in there.
So those will make a lot of sense.
It has a history of the DC Universe, which is fantastic. That's the book that Kevin Sharp gets signed. Right?
Oh, okay.
So that's there. And it has an extra book of all the stuff that's like from fanzines and their internal publications and bonus crap, and that's I love that shit.
They had an index series, like a few issue index series.
Yeah,
And it's
like
how much? $500?
$500. I mean, you get it cheaper, but
Yeah.
roughly 3/4 of the books are interesting. A fourth is really good. A half is interesting. A fourth is probably not worth
this
it.
is coming out for Christmas.
Yeah, I think it's out early. I think it's out soon.
So right in the time of Crisis coming out on TV.
Yeah.
That'd be smart.
Yeah. Armando asks, "Can someone explain the appeal of the chilling adventures of Sabrina? I struggled to get through the first episode."
Is that the Netflix series?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, it's a CW-ish show.
But I heard it's like horror-ish, right?
It is. It's a horror show. Yeah.
First
it's not
season-
very graphic though.
First season I got through pretty good.
Yeah.
This season
No.
I'm
a couple in.
a couple in, but I'm just struggling to get through it. I don't think it's any worse or any better. I'm just
I like her. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Sabrina, I like most of the cast. Her friends, her human friends, I could do without all of them.
She's not human?
She's half witch.
she's a witch and a human.
Yeah. To her regular friends, I could do without all of their plots. They were
You know
kind
how
of
you
dull
tell
in the
somebody's a witch?
they're kind of dull in the first season, and they're just as dull in the second season. But all the witch stuff I really like.
They float. You know what else
Again,
floats?
I recommend this German show called Dark. It's kind of like a adult version of Stranger Things.
Yeah. Mike Campbell wants to know, will there ever be a comic show as good as Legion? That's a question.
Doom Patrol?
It's a question that, I mean, I haven't watched the second season yet, so I can't say. That tells you how excited I've been for Legion. It's okay. I think there's a quality level to it.
What channel is it on?
FX?
I can't find FX.
But I just
I don't know.
No, you watching Pennyworth? I don't know what the fuck Epics is.
Okay, do you
What
want-
is that? What is that a channel?
Yeah.
What is?
All I know is that I was.
How the fuck do you watch?
How did I watch it?
Yeah.
I watched
Like, you
an
as a
episode
guy who
and
was
a
like,
half.
"Oh, I can't find shit." I'm like, how the fuck did you find Epics?
I'm looking for sports crap, and I'm looking through the guide. Through the guide, and it was like Pennyworth Epics free, and I was like, yes, thank you.
Epix is like HBO.
It is.
Yeah, it's a paid channel.
No, sorry, it's like Stars.
Sure, it's a paid cable channel, but they have an app.
It's
too.
a small pay cable channel,
Yeah,
like Stars or.
Well, Black Sails was fucking phenomenal on Stars.
I just want this to be on the DC streaming app. I'm assuming that'll
It
happen
is actually a little too many
sooner
streaming
than later. Yeah, I have no interest in getting Epics, but I will totally
If I
watch
had
it
to
when it's on.
find, if I had to find Pennyworth, I don't think I would have said, "Hey, Ryan, have you seen it yet? It's pretty good."
I'm actually surprised you watched
Are you caught up on
Is
season
this
2 of
because I
Krypton?
randomly found it when I got home from the airport yesterday and I was about to fall asleep on the couch and I was like, "Oh, Pennyworth, I'll watch that."
I think I have 2 episods of Krypton left.
I watched.
but that's
I
too
watched.
bad.
I haven't started that
I
one
watched
yet.
one of those and then I couldn't find Sci-Fi Channel.
I was not going to watch that at all, and now it's on the DCU. I may actually tune in.
Season 1's.
I may.
I like season 1 better than season 2 so far. Season 1 was great.
I don't know.
But Legion, I liked it. I liked the first season. I'm going to watch the second and third. It's kind of a superhero thing, I guess. It just didn't click with me. I don't really like the characters very much. I don't know. I like Legion enough in the comics, but
I feel like you would totally like him. He's kind of a angsty hipster.
It's not Quentin Quire.
oh, now if it's a Quentin Quire show, that's a different story. Trevor asks, yes, Trevor. Yeah. This is a tough question. What are your favorite comics from the golden age, 30s to 50s?
What?
Green Lantern, more fun comics.
Oh. I appreciate Trevor's comment here because, of course, everyone on the internet knows about 30 to 50 feral hogs. And so his question here is about the 1930s to 1950s. Is feral or otherwise, hashtag hog emoji, pig emoji. So
What?
Do you follow? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm too young.
Everyone listening knows, trust me.
I'm out.
What are you talking about?
Everyone listening
okay,
knows,
But
trust
we
me.
So,
need to know what
Ryan,
you're talking about.
Scott's going to see it on TikTok like tomorrow.
What?
And he's going to be like, dude, 30 to 50 hogs.
What?
I'm in.
All I know is I know about
30 to
Peppa.
50 hogs thing?
Peppa.
Doesn't matter.
I'm
Doesn't
obviously
matter.
old officially.
Doesn't matter.
I've been
50
working all
hogs.
day. I
Scott,
have no idea what's
I'm
going
officially
on.
old.
You're surprised that I don't know?
No. You know Golden Age comics. 30s to 50s. Golden Age
I
comic
type in
covers.
30. Type in 30, and it's the first thing that pops. Oh, what the fuck is this garbage shit?
Golden Age comic covers. There's some great ones out
No,
there.
so for me, Golden Age comics are they don't hold up. They're absolutely ridiculous. So Brock is totally laughing about the 30.
The only thing that made me laugh more than 30 to 50 hogs is
see you tomorrow. The first thing that comes up is, sorry, boss, can't come in. 30 to 50 feral hogs came running into my yard again. Yeah, about 3 to 5 minutes where my children play. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
It's a big meme. It's more. There's trust me, that's a joke of the actual
meme.
Yeah. Go look it up. You'll find it.
So one of my favorite things to collect is old Batman covers, and so I'm looking for one of my favorite Batman covers, which is Detective Comics 241, which has Batman standing in front of like his rainbow suits. There's a pink one, there's a yellow one, there's a blue. They
had a Comic Con exclusive on the toys for that, right?
Was it in Pops or was it in Toys? So I wanted to get it.
Batmans?
I wanted to get it about 2 years ago, and I start looking for it.
Yeah,
and you can't find it. So for 6 months, I couldn't find it. Period online, and then it starts showing up for like $1,000. The Overstreet Comic Book Guide has it in like a 9 at like $90. And I'm like, $1,000.
You're the only one. You can command whatever price you want.
But now they start popping up all the time on eBay.
Yeah.
But they're all like $1,000 to $5,000.
Because the first guy wanted $1,000
I'm
for it.
like, damn it, you guys suck.
Is that a Banksy shirt you're wearing?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
So, old Batman covers, if you want to go older, the more fun Green Arrow covers are super cool. I like those. I really like the timely Captain America. I like those better than the reds, and those are really good, especially if you can get some Nazis on there. Captain America kicking some Nazi ass.
One of my favorite covers that's been getting a lot of play recently is Captain Marvel number 18, the Mary Marvel introduction cover.
Yeah, that one's good.
That cover. That's always one of my favorites.
Those are hard to find from that era because the paper on those was garbage. The DC paper back then was pretty good.
Speaking of garbage paper, imagine in 20, 30 years these Marvel books that are being published right now.
It'd be very tough. Very tough.
That's why you got to get your 9/8 and get them graded now. Get them graded. You can go online. Throw them in a slab. Who needs to read them?
Let's get through a couple more of these. Page Turner's podcast. They're one of our backers. They said, do you have any preference for how trade paperbacks handle cover art? Sometimes the logos are removed with just a raw art. Sometimes all the covers are in the back, and you can't tell where the issue ends. Usually they disappear the way they were published in between issues. I like the full cover with text and everything in between the issues.
Yeah.
Like where they go.
Where they would go.
Right.
Yes.
I want to know when the issue ended.
I would appreciate the logo-less ones in the back.
Yeah.
With the full creative team. So, like, cover on one page. The backside of that page is the full creative team and breakdown of who worked on the issue, and then issue starts on the next page. That's how I prefer it. It doesn't happen very often.
And then I like Toby's thing where it's at the end they reprint all the covers just bare without any text or anything, so you have the images.
Yeah,
plus
if you want,
the third prints and the very
in the back
covers, fucking 1,000,000-to-1 covers. And
most of the time they don't do that. Like the Marvel and DC trades, I don't think they ever put the variants and special covers in there. Not
Sometimes
usually.
they do.
Hector says, I just finished watching Doom Patrol. Excellent show. What arc do you guys recommend to someone who isn't familiar with the characters? I picked up the Doom Patrol Silver Age Volume 1 trade paperback. Anything else?
Doom Patrol, Morrison's run, number 19 through number 63.
That's pretty much it.
The Doom Force special.
And the Doom Force special.
The Silver Age stuff is okay. I've read a little bit of it, but it's really goofy Silver Age stuff.
So just the Morrison one.
Ryan has most of the singles, all but one issue, I think, that we talked about.
3 trades. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 trade paperbacks to
or
collect
you can
the whole
get the
thing.
singles.
Yeah.
It depends on what you like.
You can't do that.
They've done a nice softcover collection of Morrison's run, which
a lot of these elements were. A lot of the elements of these characters were changed pretty dramatically for Morrison's run. He obviously took the core concepts, but he ran with them. Characters like Crazy Jane and Danny Street, that's all from Morrison's run. Yeah. So, and Flux Mentallo. So many of the characters are his creations. And they've done stuff with him afterwards. every attempt to do the Doom Patrol after Morrison
has not been as good. And I mean, the stuff in the Silver Age, when you look at like Beast Boy's first appearance, it's just kind of, it is what it is.
It's weird stuff. I like the Doom Patrol stuff. It's weird, but it's going to be hard for a lot of people to read today.
So the first appearance of the Doom Patrol I picked up in my Greatest Adventure 80 a while back, and the story, and I read it after Doom Patrol came out, and the origins of each was slightly modified to be modern, but almost exactly the way it read through way back in the 60s, which is really cool. So they did a really good homage when they were doing their origins.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
I got a couple more here. The last of these. That's from Chad. He says, how do you get new and young collectors in the shop? What do they buy and what gets them the comics?
Pokemon cards.
I mean, it's the movies. It's they like the characters. They know the characters from the video games. They bought some when they were younger. It's the same thing. It's just,
I've known like a lot of kids come into, like a lot of young readers, kids, come into the shop and they're just kind of overwhelmed by just the stuff. Like just
what to get.
Yeah.
And, I think it's good for them to kind of, my kids were here earlier and they jumped over to the dollar bins and just started flipping through and pulling out stuff that looked cool to them. So
yeah.
I think it's really just about...
That's all everyone does,
It's
right?
just about what looks good and what's going to bring them in specifically. Because, I mean, look at this nice shelf with kids' age trades and stuff on it. Is harder to sell than something face out. Like, I think that's a really big difference, is that, kids need a lot more face out than adults do necessarily. Like, adults can
grab them. Well, they know what they're looking for. Kids are just...
Yeah.
I always tell people, if you're buying for kids, just grab something off the rack that looks cool. Everyone just kind of jumps in wherever.
Do they like this? This? Grab it. Go.
Younger people, as in like younger adults buying comics, a lot of them come in from other stuff. They have money. They want to check it out. Their friends read them. Again, it's the same stuff that how I got into comics, how people back in the 30s got into comics. It's just, you go from the Superman serial to the Superman motion picture to Batman the Animated Series to Avengers Endgame. It's the same push that gets some people into the medium.
You get in through a movie, a TV show, a cartoon,
Friends,
a video game. You can get in through somebody bought you a toy.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this a few times. When I first started shopping here, I was the youngest customer in the store. When I bought the store, I was the youngest customer in the store. Right? There just wasn't a lot of kids coming in. That is, well, I also have gotten older, but that has changed dramatically. We have a lot of young people reading comics these days, which is great. We got two more. Let's see. This is from Stephanie. She says, if you could have your ultimate team-up, Marvel versus DC crossover, who'd you have, Toby? Marvel DC crossover, ultimate crossover, face-off or crossover, good or bad?
It's Knights and Thieves, man. Nightwing and Gambit. I don't think that was a surprise.
Rock.
No, you're next.
No, I'm thinking.
New Warriors
I've been playing
Teen Titans, baby.
I've been playing Marvel Puzzle Quest, so if I have to say, I'll say Thanos,
they team
Okoye,
up to fight,
and Fear Itself, Juggernaut, because that's what I'm playing right now.
New Teen Titans and OG New Warriors team up to fight Trigon and Terrax.
That'd be down.
That's my
That'd
team.
be pretty good.
That's my team. Take a play out of the Teen Titans X-Men crossover.
Oh, that was so good.
I don't know. For me, I think I'd almost like to see.
I'm going against the grain on mine.
What are you doing?
Fantastic Four and the Challengers of the Unknown.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be cool.
They've already done that.
Two family teams.
It's an amalgam comic.
Yeah, a lot of these they've done an amalgam to some degree. Did they do? Was it Gambit? Who
had to fight each other?
Who did Gambit?
There was a page. If I ever get,
was it Marvel DC? They fought
Marvel
each other
versus DC, and they briefly fought.
It was Gambit Nightwing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I ever get that page, man,
did they get amalgamed? Did they?
I don't know. I don't think so. That page, I would die for. and Gambit and what's his face?
I don't.
Wildcats. Grifter
Yeah.
from Wildcats X-Men. That Jim Lee page. Yeah. Those two pages, man.
I don't know if the amalgam page would really be that much. We just have to look for it.
Well, it's Marvel versus DC.
Right, the Marvel versus DC one.
If it's available.
You just have to find it. I mean, there's only one. When I say not that much for original art of a modern book, and it's one
that
page.
That could easily be a couple thousand.
Oh, yeah, but that's not that much. I mean, some of the...
Yeah.
Like, if you're looking at a 80s Burn X-Men that has a nobody on it, it's just a person page, that's probably $1,500. But if there's an X-Men on it or a fight, it's like $100,000.
Yeah.
A burn, really? Well,
Yeah.
Jimmy Lee is expensive, too.
I think I'd like to see a heist book with the Superior Foes of Spider-Man and Flash's Rogues.
I could see that. It'd be good.
I think that would be really fun.
Love the Superior Foes. And, of course, I love the Rogues. Mm-hmm. Last question. Fortress of Comic Dude podcast asks, what do you think is the best comic book costume ever adapted to the screen? I think there's only one answer to this question.
The best comic book costume adapted to the screen.
Yeah. I think there's only one answer.
Was it Reeves Superman?
Yeah, of course. It's the only answer. I mean... The Batman are good, right? Most of them look fine. They're very
as long as they don't have nipples.
but they're very different, right? A very armory, right?
You don't think it's just straight up Iron Man?
No, Iron Man is the closest that Marvel's done. I mean, if you take the Hulk, right? I mean, Hulk doesn't really have a costume.
What about Lou
But that
Ferrigno?
Superman, man, made shit real.
Yeah, the vast majority of the MCU costumes are barely costumes or look nothing like the comic books, right? So they're totally their own thing, which is fine. They're great. I love the vast majority of the way the MC characters look, but they don't. Iron Man is the only one that actually looks like the comic book. The rest all are totally their own thing.
They're not costumes at that point. They're like suits. They're like, it's like you get into your... It's like fatigues for the army. It's like...
I like Spider-Man's costume a lot, but it's not the costume from the comic. It doesn't look anything like it. It's very different, right? It's all tech and armory, right? I would, clearly most of the DC universe costumes have been altered pretty dramatically. Wonder Woman is really good.
I will say this: it's Superman, Christopher Reeves, Aquaman, when he actually finally dons
when he gets the armor,
and
you're close. You're real close.
And then like Wonder Woman's.
I think
I think
Wonder Woman's your number two. I think Christopher Reeves and Wonder Woman are the two best.
Which one? Modern or classic?
Yeah, modern.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Gal Gadot costume is
Not Linda Carter?
I like Linda's a lot, but I think
That's straight Wonder Woman.
yeah, I think Gal's costume fits the style really, really well. I think it's a great design. Yeah, Linda's is good. It's just different. I mean, it's not that different, but it's not going to look as good as it would if it was, like a full movie costume. Where the Christopher Reeve Superman costume is just perfect.
That was some magical shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just,
that Superman was, when that came out, it was literally what's on my backpack.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
In a movie, so that was some magical stuff.
Yeah, it was
there.
a rare case where they didn't try to modernize it or update it or something. It's identical.
Well, and even I can't remember who played him on the TV show, but that was fairly consistent with the same thing. But it was
Lois and Clark?
No, not Lois and Clark. The early
George Reeves?
Yeah,
the old stuff. A lot of that's in black and white. I mean, those costumes were just falling apart.
For us in life, I mean, the only thing that. You didn't think Adam West Batman was pretty
Adam West Batman fit...
As a kid, I bought it, man.
Fit the 50s Batman.
I mean, it is probably closer than any of the movie Batman costumes, right? To what Batman's costume is.
I mean, plus that intro cartoon, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking trash about it. It's just what Batman
100.
wore at the time in the comics versus what he's become, it's so different. Superman, for the most part, is still the same. He's had his ups and changes.
I have to say, though, I have this pull out poster from some cheesy magazine of the '66 Batman, and I got that before I got to watch the show. And the first thing I was wondering, like, man, what happened to all the muscles?
I will say this: the Star-Lord costume for the modern comic.
Yeah.
Like the
it's because they based it off the movie. He doesn't. That's not what Star-Lord looks like.
No, but Star-Lord in the Abnett and Lanning stuff that's where that was based off of.
It's pretty close.
It's like
Is
that.
it?
That's his.
I would have to go
that
back
was his
and look.
look in
like the helmet, maybe, but he's just wearing like clothes.
No, he's wearing the whole all the.
I'd have to go back and look at it. Yeah, because some characters like Hulk and Drax and a few of these guys, they're not really wearing too many clothes. So, Captain America when he's in the stage show, that's pretty accurate.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Toby's giggling about something.
He's watching OG Captain America cartoons.
So
I love these.
So when the cartoons were on for me in Europe,
Oh, you're right. It was just
Spider-Man
the
and His Amazing Friends and the other Spider-Man show were on, and they were on at a certain time, and they were preceded by these cartoons that you're showing right now.
It's the 60s where they would take the comic panels
and they would
animate
follow it with it. And
Yeah.
I would be so annoyed with these. I would be like, what the hell? What? How can a cartoon go from this to this garbage? As a kid, I thought it was total garbage. I mean, now that I know it's like real art that they animated, it's kind of, It's the first motion comic.
What's so funny with these is when they just change, when it's like a totally different artist, and they're taking panels from a completely different artist, and you're like, oh, that's like Jack Kirby. Now that's like Don Heck. It's like or whoever.
And then,
It's
as a kid, I didn't think about this
Right.
at all. I'm just like,
Yeah.
why doesn't it look like fucking Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends?
Yeah.
And I was so annoyed when this came on. I was like, God damn, why don't you just give me like 5 more episodes of the other thing?
You don't like those? You don't like those
Spider-Man
songs?
and His Amazing Friends was so awesome.
Oh, dude.
When it came out, it was so good.
So good.
Those of you that are young,
So
it was a
good.
cartoon.
And when they had the X-Men show up,
Saturday.
oh,
the
so
X-Men. Well, the X-Men, when that first showed up.
No, in the Amazing Spider-Man, that was like years before the 90s X-Men.
The Pride of the Atom special.
Oh!
You ever watch that?
Oh,
It's so good.
I did not watch that.
Really?
In fact, I never didn't know how, right?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
before the internet and
Yeah.
like VHSs and shit.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that on TV. I saw.
You know how I
years later.
watched it, and I'm air quoting here. They had a comic book where they just screen grabbed all the pictures and they did the bubbles over it. That's
Nice.
how I first, I air quote, watched it.
Yeah.
And then years later, I was like, I finally got to watch it. I love that. That's a pilot, isn't it? It's a pilot for the 90s?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or a test run for the 90s?
Kind of, yeah. I don't know all the specifics. I know if you play the video game, the arcade game, it's based off. That's why those characters are in there, like Crawler and Dazzler, because they were.
I love that. I love that episode.
Yeah, it was different. It was just that Pride of the Atom, just that one shot.
Yeah.
And different than what would end up being on the animated series.
Yeah, totally.
But the
I mean,
animation quality
precursors.
is
Yeah, it was top notch.
Yeah, amazing,
Top-notch.
amazing. So
Yeah.
I mean, comparatively,
Yeah,
to
I mean,
what
at the
we used
time,
Yeah.
at the time was freaking phenomenal.
Yeah. All right, that is gonna be it. We've got some people to thank. It's the beginning of the month. We got Patreon. We got Patreon backers. We got all sorts of stuff. Let's get through this and get out of here. I'm actually heading to not tomorrow, but Thursday, going to Disneyland for Haunted Mansion's 50th anniversary. Looking forward to that. That should be really
pumped.
fun. I'm very
Did it
excited.
change shit?
So I'm going to be manning
what
the
do they-
shop this
what-
weekend.
Yeah,
Hey, what did they change?
Yeah.
They're not changing anything. We get to go in at midnight. We get to stay till 4 a.m.
So you stay inside the Haunted Mansion for 4 hours?
No, inside Disneyland. It's a park. We don't know what they're doing.
It's a park.
It's
Yeah,
the
no
park.
It's a park.
It's
you
the
know,
park.
Disneyland. You heard of it.
Yeah, they're gonna have characters wandering around and meet and greets and photo ops and food and
They normally have characters walking around?
yeah,
the
but
hat box
not
man.
at
Not
3:00 in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm taking a nice nap.
Okay.
before.
But this
Those
is
of
what
you-
I don't understand.
Yeah,
How
no.
are you awake at
No,
3 in
there's
the
no
morning?
way he's
Like
gonna
me,
go.
I'm totally like, yeah, let's do it. But you,
Ryan is going to be like, okay, we're going to go.
it's too cold. It's too warm in the day, but too cold at night. I need to go get my
Man.
nap.
Man, I'm too tired. It's
Yeah, and where's my blanket?
where's
It's already
my-
planned. We're driving down there. We have to go to the hotel, the Disneyland Hotel, because that's where we have to pick up like our badges and stuff like that. And just pick up for merch there and everything. It's like a multiple staged event thing. So we go and get that stuff. Going to downtown Disney, getting some dinner, going back to the hotel, going to sleep. hopefully I can get like good
melatonin.
3-4 hours of sleep or something like that.
What time is that?
I'm too old.
7,
I can't
6,
get
6
that
o'clock?
sleep.
So you're going to sleep till like midnight?
I'm gonna sleep till like 10 o'clock. We have to get up. We're wearing costumes, right? It's Haunted Mansion. They want people to dress up. So
What are you
So
wearing?
we're going costume. We are both going as the transitioning haunted portraits. The changing portraits in there. So
How are you doing that?
Yeah.
She's going as the.
Are you wearing a fucking frame?
No.
Are you going to wear a top hat?
No top hat. No. Leanne.
I want you to wear a frame.
Leanne is going.
Can you just
as,
be a frame,
That-
like where you like slowly droop shit down?
not
I'd be
that.
impressed.
Not the. That'd be great. That'd
Yeah,
be
I'd be
stretching
impressed.
portrait. No. This is the one where like
you can
the
go as
lightning.
30 to 50 feral hogs.
Where the lightning flashes and they
I don't
change.
know what that is.
So she's going as the woman that changes into Medusa.
Okay,
But she's gonna have
the
like
painting she did.
part, yeah, and she's gonna have like part of her hair done up like Medusa and like scratches on her face, kind of like changing
Like
over.
the picture was scratched, so the makeup will be what's on.
All right.
And I'm going as I'm blanking on the guy's name. It's one of the
Something
characters,
and then
but
the
he's
skeleton.
he's the guy that turns into the skeleton. And so I have like a suit and vest.
Oh, you're
and,
doing the dude in the painting.
yeah. But then
I'm so
but,
disappointed.
But,
How
but
fun
then
of you wear a
have
fucking frame.
I'm gonna have like black around the eyes and bone-ish.
She punches you in the eye.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock. All right,
So.
it's time, Leanne. Punch me in the eye. I need some black guys.
And then, go line up and go to the ride the Haunted Mansion till 4 o'clock in the morning and then go back to sleep. And
There's
get
no
up
way you're going to
someday.
be there. At
How many
4
times
a.m.?
have you written this
Okay,
right before?
The Haunted Mansion?
Yeah.
Listeners,
Easily 100 times.
the over and under of Ryan riding the Haunted Mansion at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Let's.
It goes until 4, so I probably won't be riding
think-
it
So
at
I like
4.
3:30 a.m.
No, yeah, 3:30.
I think about 12 o'clock. He's
Ryan
like,
is gonna
I
make
think we
it-
got to go into line
Ryan's-
by 1 o'clock. We got to do this thing before I fall asleep.
Ryan will be complaining, and Leanne will have to take him home
You're very tired.
at 1:15.
I don't know, man. They might be complaining together.
I feel like
they're very
it-
similar. They don't believe me, but they're very similar.
Leanne's way tougher than Ryan.
I don't know.
Hey, man, if I can get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to grab a character on Final Fantasy 14 when it launched, I could see
yeah,
it.
but
did
you
not.
just
When
fucking
was
did
that,
on
though?
your phone
Couple
or
years
your
ago.
computer and rolled over and went back to sleep.
No,
That's not the
a
same.
couple years ago.
Where did you have to go? Did you have to leave the house?
No, yeah,
That
that's
that's the
doesn't
thing.
count.
You
That
gotta
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
The Vegas odds.
He's not the one that drives down to Kettleman City if there's an emergency. That's me.
like on this podcast, it's going to be like when it shows up. It's going to be the over and under is 126 for when Ryan leaves the park.
Just
So
no way.
that's
I
the
mean,
Vegas odds.
126. I'm going with that too.
Are you going the over or the you taking over
going
or
with the
before
over.
or
Like I said,
after?
it just we'll be there. I might not be there till 4 o'clock in the morning when it
No, you
stops,
will
but
not.
we'll be there the
You'll definitely not be there at 4
majority
a.m.
of the night. I'm gonna call Toby at 4 in the morning. You fucker!
do.
Look, I'm right here.
Please do.
You should have taken the over, bitches.
Yeah, you're gonna wake up at 4.
Mickey's dragging me out
Tell
of
me
here.
just to fuck him.
Mickey's dragging me out of here. I gotta go.
Can you do the Pirates ride at 3 a.m.?
So the
Can you just hide and jump out of a boat at that
like
point?
the west side of the park, I think is supposed to be open. So Pirates will be open, Haunted Mansion will be open, all that stuff. Yeah.
So I have a friend. His name is Nate. Me and him collect Legos, and I think he already bought the Disney castle.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not so sure. I'm kind of torn. And he goes, his wife has told him this magnificent idea of going, well, we're going to build the castle, and we're just going to build Main Street down. Then we're going to use all the Disney characters, which came in blind packs, and we'll make a little parade, so it all makes sense. I'm like, well, shit, then. I could actually expand on that and use my Pirates of the Caribbean Legos and create, what's it called, Frontierland?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, then the Spaceman could be like Tomorrowland. And I was like, Indiana Jones ride could be actually part of this too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. This
your
is getting
Star
good.
Wars Legos.
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon. I can actually use that set and build that in there too. So we have like this massive thing planned for when we're 80 years old and have shitload of Legos and retired.
In time.
And like
time.
2 floors of a house to,
Yeah.
to build this on.
Well, I mean, everyone should be waiting for Ryan's retirement streaming channel where he's playing video games that he never
Finally.
played.
30-year-old video games finally getting around and playing. We have to thank our good friends Joe Duff, Sam Shea, thank you for all your continued patronage at patreon.com. Also, Andrew Nelson Mendez of Recovery of an Anime Junkie podcast. Go check out their podcast. Ryan Marling at tiny.cc/ornery duke. That's a Pokemon unboxing videos on YouTube. Make sure you go check out his videos and subscribe to his page. He wants that custom URL.
Does he just press the button and a Pokemon comes out of the ball?
No, he unboxes the cards, man.
Speaking of like anime,
Yeah.
so I mentioned, I'm at a swim meet. I coach swimming, and I'm with some of the athletes, and they're talking about anime. And I'm like, "What do you guys like? Are you guys like One Punch Man?" Or they're like, "Wait a second,
You know what?
you know about anime?" And I was like,
What little do they know about the Scott Shea?
"Actually, I know very little about anime.
One Punch Man is fantastic. It's very, very funny.
I've seen his figure in the store along with many of the other anime figures that I dropped names for, and they
really
thought I
great.
knew everything. And I'm like, I ain't no shit.
It's really great.
All
Also-
I know is you read it backwards and upside down.
Craig Anderson at CraigPAnderson.com. Go check
I
those guys
need
out.
Craig
troll.
to make me better.
You do.
I do.
Thank you guys all for your continued
Thank you.
patronage.
hold up.
Thank you.
Hold up.
And-
hold
And
up.
what does Andrew Nelson Mendez do again?
A Recovery and Anime Junkie
That's
podcast.
what we just
so
talked
lots
about.
of anime, yeah. But we have all the $5 guys we have to thank. Lots of $5 guys.
I missed the one
to
after
thank.
that, though.
That was Ryan Marling at tiny.cc/ornery.
That's the guy that does the true Pokemon unboxing.
videos.
True Pokemon, the
Yeah.
real unboxing.
The real unboxing.
Yeah. Well, do not know. He can't reseal that shit back up.
I unboxed some comics for Toby today,
Oh, you did.
but I had already looked
Yeah.
at them. So
Does different.
And we have many
I
other
hope other
backers.
sports teams lose. And
We have
bring-
many
and
other
people die.
backers to thank, along with Dennis Janssen, Alex McHale, David Baroldi, Don Kilson, Mark Long, Stephen Sepvia. I'm terrible at pronouncing your name. Tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I probably am. Ivan Leskanik, Brian Morawski, Miles Gakula, Bryce Larson.
Wait.
Bryce
There's
Larson
a Dracula?
quotes.
Gakula. Gacula. Gakula.
It is Dracula.
Right,
Just go with
have we
it,
narrowed
Toby.
Right, it's
down?
Dracula.
Toby, have we narrowed down at all who Bryce Lester quotes is?
I don't know.
I mean, it's even just a generic Gmail account he has here, like no info. Paula Schultz, Joseph Rodriguez, Jack Ildefonso, Christopher Noyes, David Safar, Brian Wyckoff, Joe Catchdorian over Identity Stunt. Thank you for coming by the other day, Joe. Get catching up with you for a minute. PJ Ryder, Josh Elliott, Tyler Willits, Rob Ben Dixon, Travis Fleischman, Tim Martin, Ames Foster, Mason Barber, Anerban Banerjee, Robert Lane, Andrew Nikovich, Brendan McGowan, Timothy R., Chris Lockhart, Aaron Wright, Father Dante, Christopher Hath, Chris Palake, Julian Titus is on here. Chris
I was
Olivis,
wondering where No Pants went.
Wally
I was like,
Ansari.
did we lose No Pants?
No, he's right here.
All right.
He says Julian Titus was a ghost the whole time. I'm very
Maybe
conf-
Julian
I'm very,
Titus is Bryce Larson quotes.
Very confused. Maybe he is. I'm very
I
confused
doubt
by
it,
this.
though. Julian Titus is kind of a big deal.
Nah.
List of
Man,
the Living Dead.
I cannot wait for
Wait,
the
who's
reveal
List of
who
the Living
Bryce
Dead?
Larson
What
List
was
of the
this?
Living Dead. Chris Bunch, Edgar Moreno, and
Bunch.
Andrew Cuscieri. Now, on top of
Wait,
all
is
this,
Bryce Larson quotes like part of the $5 people?
what's that?
Is
Yes.
Bryce Larson
He
quotes?
is.
He is?
He is. Now, on top of all
So
this,
wait, is he just listed as Bryce Larson quotes?
yes. Now we have one other person we have to talk about here. All right.
All right.
This is Pete. He
Hello.
is
What's
a
up,
new high tier backer. He has a Kickstarter, which is going on right now. It ends at the end of the month.
Shout it out.
He's
What's
on
Pete
Kickstarter
got?
right now. So I
Kickstart
wanted
that
to give a minute here so we can read this. This is called The Seven Sagas of Silverbeard. It's on Kickstarter right now, so make sure you
Pirate
go
ship.
check these guys out.
Yeah.
The Earth is dying and the gods don't care.
Oh,
They
these not
hoard
pirates.
the life-giving energies of the world tree, and the mortal realm below suffers.
A little dark crystalish.
Over 7 lifetimes, Silverbeard, a cursed guerrilla warrior,
What?
battles demons, monsters, and the blighted land itself to overthrow the greedy deities that would turn his planet into a wasteland.
I like this silver.
The oversized 40-page comic magazine features 2 tales of the simian swashbuckler, and rewards include an exclusive art print by Jim Mafood, a classic
Ooh.
comic artist there.
I actually have a commission from him.
Nice.
Yeah, I had him do Atmosphere. Do you know what that is? It's a hip hop group from Minnesota.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Slugging It. Wait, you knew?
Yeah.
He doesn't know that.
Silverbeard.co.uk is where you can go to back to campaign.
Nice.
He says to tell Charlie that Gendry and Samurai Jack were a big influence on the book. And Kevin Sharp can check it out because of the whole secret history aspect explained on the website. And that's Pete Taylor at This Man Is Pete on Twitter and Instagram.
This Man Is Pete. That's a good handle.
I like that.
And he sent over some preview pages. The book looks fantastic.
Something sounds like Seth would back.
It is monkeys. I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of Kickstarters for comic books, and a lot of them are just really bad. This looks really good. The art is legitimately good. Like, I'm not just saying that. The art's really good. So I didn't just read it. I mean, I just saw some of the art pages and some previews, so I'm definitely going to check it out because I think he sent me the whole the first half of the story.
Are you going to post a link?
Yeah, we'll post it. We'll post it in the Facebook group too. So definitely check that out. So thank you all.
Hold on, for people like Scott who doesn't like to find anything.
Yeah. We'll also like for people like Bryce, so we can.
It's more than one step. Nobody is going to go get it
unless it's Pennyworth. That's a random link after sports.
Totally random. Looking for Sports Center. Pardon the interruption.
Part of me wants to follow Scott for a day with a video camera where Google just tells you where to go.
Actually,
please,
I never use Google.
Go to comicconspiracypodcast.com, geekbox.net, or Apple Podcasts to find our previous episodes, and over at youtube.com/comicsconspiracy. Those long-form questions can be posted in the Patreon Q&A thread we're going to post every Monday, or you can go to thecomicconspiracy@geekbox.net. Sorry, you could email thecomicconspiracy@geekbox.net.
I don't recommend the email. It takes a while for Ryan to get to those.
Patreon.com/comic conspiracy is where you can sign up for our Patreon, kick a few bucks our way, and of course, comicsconspiracy.biz. There's our physical comic store for them. You can buy comic books from us, get them shipped to you. We got a bunch of stuff going out for people that picked up stuff recently. So, conspiratorBrock.com. That's Brock's blog and video pull list and unboxing videos. You can watch those there.
Unboxed anything lately?
Yeah, he's unboxing his whole house because he just moved.
Yeah, I'm actually. There'll be a video this week.
I'm unboxing this kitchenware.
I wonder what it is. Oh my god, it's a fork!
If I get a chance, I'm going to try and get the.
I'm unboxing this box.
The Ginny Friesen Wonder Woman statue up.
Yeah.
Are you going to unbox your box of trade paperbacks? I'm unboxing a box of trade paperbacks.
It's going on my Billy bookcase.
Oh my gosh, look what I have.
Charlie's Doctor Who podcast.
I just got daggers.
My favorite companions on TV right now.
Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension. That's Charlie's Doctor Who podcast. And Etsy.com/shop/Leanne Hill Art. That is my wife's Etsy store, Leanne's.
Has she started the crowdfunded Ryan at Comic-Con print yet?
No.
She hasn't? Leanne, listen to the podcast, please.
Follow us all on Twitter. Ryan Higgins, Ryan. Brock Sager. Toby XI is Toby. And Scott is CS Shea. The store is Comics Con Store. And, of course, you can always listen to the Geekbox Comedy Button, Manga Machinations.
Is that on Twitter?
Infinite Binge. What's that?
God, I'm never on Twitter. Twitter is a finite age of like
it's
25.
Hold on, I've been practicing this. 40.
Twitter's all Generation X. What are you talking about? It's all old. It's all like old millennials and
25.
Yeah,
hold on.
Snarky Gen Xers.
35 to 40, and that's about it.
Practicing millennials.
Yeah.
I said it right!
You're so excited. The podcast is over. He already clicked off.
No. We're still going. And now
have
the
you been practicing that guy who played Green Lantern in Deadpool?
Nope.
See, you made the news with your old Titans friends. Some new ones, too.
Titans are back, bitches!